WIIFTBP and
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Jackson. If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me said. Randy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we're about 60 years old. I be done had a heart.
You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
Yeah. All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that? Yeah.
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this thing.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
What about my love? Seems you have forgotten love. I do believe that something went wrong somewhere. What about my feelings? Do they mean anything at all? You got me so in love, I'm too blind to see. And that you got my love, now you wanna put me down. And that you got my love, got me standing on shaky ground. What about it, baby? What about the days and the nights we spent? What about the love we made so sweet? Are you sure you wanna live? Think it over, baby. Girl, I believe. I think you just might wanna change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, got me standing on shaky What kind of way is that to treat your man? When I gave all that I never had, you got me going through changes of life with you. Are you sure you wanna live? Think it over, babe. 'Cause girl, I believe. I think you just might wanna change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Yeah. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. You don't come around. Now that you got all my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Really wish you would change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Now that you got my love, you don't come around. Now that you got all my love, yeah, you got me standing on shaky ground. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Oh my, I had a conversation with her. This is how it went. Before you leave out the door, I'll do better if you change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, got me standing on, shaking. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky Baby, won't you change your mind? Baby, won't you change your mind? Oh, no. I've been hoping, baby. I've been praying, baby. Yes, I have. Baby, won't you change your mind? Oh, no. I've been hoping, baby, yeah. I've been praying down on my knees, praying that you change your mind. Oh, Lord have mercy, I'll do better if you change your mind.
WIIFTBP.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to Senate. We need some different players in the game to handle business. So many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. I'm actually not rolling solo dolo today, so I'm never really rolling solo dolo today. because, got my man DJ Riis the Ruler in the back of the building. But I am actually going to have some guests at 7 o'clock. So we got New Era Chicago coming in. They're going to sit in with us this morning. So I'm going to change up the format. I usually like to go long format, bust a whole half to an hour on the subject. I'm excited to have New Era Chicago in the building because, I know they got unique perspective on everything. So I can't wait to have them in because we're going to talk about some of everything. We're going to run through all the stuff that's in the paper. There's so much going on in the news. And we're going to have a real discussion with some different perspectives. And I'm going to throw some things out. And I know y'all going to find this hard to believe, but I'm going to do a little listening today. I'm going to do a little listening. I'm going to kick it off. Now y'all know I can instigate, right? So I'm going to instigate a few discussions. Excuse me, moderate. Moderate some discussions, not instigate some discussions. Moderate some discussions, and we are going to continue. We're going to get into some things and talk some philosophy and how people do what they do and where they got. But I'm going to tell you what, we got to do a lot this morning. We're going to run through a lot of headlines. It's a lot in the news. But before you know what? Let me do this. Let me say what's up to the man in the back, Mr. DJ Riis the Ruler. Mr. Business in the front, party in the back. DJ Riis the Ruler, how you feeling on this? What is this? Hump Day wins. What's that? We got to get the double hump camel in here.
That's about the best. You already know the rest.
All right, Riis, I see you back there doing your it's Wednesday, Riis. It means this your long day though.
Yeah.
This
I'm locked in.
This the home run stretch, right? Once you get through Wednesday, I feel like I could see Wednesday on your face on Thursday, on Wipe Down Thursdays. I could tell when it's and I'm just telling y'all now, 304 is me. I did that. Don't be trying to hijack because it's week 304 Wednesday. See now, Riis, did y'all do that before? Did y'all used to call it week 304 Wednesdays? Because I done changed it, right?
Oh, yeah. It was that before it was a show. Like, it used to be all a comedy first, and then we turned it into a show.
But was it 304?
No, I saw that. I'm going to have to go research that.
You don't know what 304 is?
Yeah, it's the worst. No, what's that?
You don't know. See, you didn't have a pager. See, if you had a pager, you would understand. I just did it's week 304. Right. If you got page 304, you know what it meant? HOE.
Right, that's what I thought it spelled.
Right.
Yeah.
Week 304 Wednesdays.
Right.
See, how Riis like my son. He already be like, I knew that already. No, you didn't.
Yeah, no.
When y'all was calling it week 304?
No, we was actually saying the actual word.
Right. We calling it, we get ready. Your new nickname is 3. So when we say week 304 or 304, we just gonna rename 304. When you say 304, that's like the shortcut. It's 304 Wednesday, right? If you see 304 from now on, then we know. See, thank you, Kenneth. Riis is a young buck. He ain't have no pager.
I know what it was.
Nah, see.
I never had a pager, though. I think my first one was a two-way. I never had a pager.
Oh, did you have a real two-way or did you have?
Real one.
Or did you have one of them sidekicks or one of them? Remember they had so they had the Motorola two-way pager, the Jay-Z version. I remember when that came out. I Just Want to Love You. And man, when he popped that up, everybody was like. Then there was they had that half of one, right? They had like the people who couldn't get the big two-way because the big two-way was like $599 or $600. Then it was like a half of one where it was like half the screen and they couldn't do no. Then it was the Sidekick that came out, and then I feel like the Sidekick two-way was the original Android versus Apple. Because Sidekick people used to swear they was cold, and they'll be like, it's still not a Motorola two-way pager. I really feel like if we could have stopped the world at the Motorola two-way pager, that would have been perfect. Like technology, like no camera phones. Sidekick, I think Sidekick started that camera phone stuff, right? Where you could take a picture with your phone. But see, I'm telling you though, if you would have stayed right at remember because when you had a Sidekick, I'm not a Sidekick, a two-way, if you was outside and you wanted to get in the club, you could just and only certain people had them. Then that's when the cell phone really blew up because it was like the two-way pager was a secret weapon for like maybe 2 years. Then when Jay did the video, it was like, oh, damn. Then it was like everybody was two-way paging. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. We are not going to take the plane off until 7 o'clock because we got the Sisters of New Era Chicago coming in. They're going to be sitting in with me at 7 o'clock. So we're going to roll the time port. There you go. There it is. There you go, Brandon. I couldn't remember the names. I'm getting old, dog. I'm getting old. Anyway, so we got a lot going on today. Riis, I'm going to run through some of these headlines. First of all, let me just tell what's in it for the black people media. Y'all showed y'all behind yesterday. Starting with my girl, Intwa Dumela, who took the Treasure Hendrix story, took the photo of Officer Charlie Bell, and shout out to WIIFTBP Media for making the story go viral. Treasure Hendrix, we must continue this fight. Yesterday, I know it was over 3,000 shares of the picture and the story. We have got to make Chicago Police Department answer the questions because according to my secret sources, Officer Charlie Bell is still on the police department. Shout out, that not WIIFTBP. Let me tell you something. WIIFTBP Media. That right there is how, when you talk about help or hurt, now imagine we applied that same pressure to politicians. Imagine you could wake up and over 5,000 people was screaming your name or sharing a post about what you had or had not done. And imagine 5,000 times 100. Right? What's that, 5 million? What's that, 500,000? Regardless, 2,000 shares times 100 people. Riis, that's a lot. That's a lot. 2,000 shares.
200,000.
That's a lot. I'm just letting y'all know, man. It's going down. Let me tell you, if we can do that to people, we can change the world. We can change an election. You can change an election just like that. Can you imagine if you took the WIIFTBP voters guide and report card, shout out to Cousin Juan, and shared it like that and put it in the boxes and made it mainstream for, look, y'all, you have the power. And yesterday I'm going to tell y'all, I've been hesitant to ask you all to use our power of social media because I be scared that y'all not going to do it. Then we going to look crazy. But I must tell you that what happened yesterday is the basis of where our power lies. You know, everyone else has learned how to activate this platform of social media, so much so that they were able to storm the Capitol with it. And y'all got to watch the 4 hours in the Capitol. You got to watch it. Because when you see it from the inside and what was happening, you're going to be like, wow. But think about the power of what we have the ability to do with social. Like we did yesterday. So instead of being mad after the show, we have a target after the show. James, she left because she heard you dissing me yesterday. Thank you. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I just got to tell y'all how proud I am of you all for what happened yesterday. And Intwa Dumela, I be seeing you trying to slang that sword. You still ain't been here for your telethon fundraiser meeting, though. So look, y'all, we want to make that go. Just imagine if we could do billboards and we could make media go viral the way we did yesterday after that story. And we're gonna keep that story alive. I want to talk to New Era Chicago about it as well. So look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Thank you all again. Let's keep sharing. Say her name, Treasure Hendrix. Let's make this thing continue. Shout out to President of WIIFTBP Media, Tamiko Holt, who put that together. Who coordinated that, who would not let it rest, even when I did. All right, y'all. Did you see Terry McAuliffe lost in Virginia? Do y'all understand the reverberations of that? the loss of Terry McAuliffe in Virginia, in my estimation, signals the end of white guilt over George Floyd. Because remember, they put this whole thing on his win or loss on critical race theory, right? The blackness, teaching black and offending white folks and getting the history right. So I got to ask you, is this the end of the white guilt for George Floyd, the return or the rise of the Old South? And I need for y'all to understand that the gentleman who won, Glenn Youngkin, was a former CEO of the Carlyle Group. Does the name the Carlyle Group sound familiar to you? It should, because the Carlyle Group, the founder of the Carlyle Group, his son ran against Kim Foxx and spent hundreds of or tens of millions of dollars to run against Kim Foxx. Now, what I am seeing, again, is people in the military-industrial complex starting to run their own candidates. I think it's even more important that we watch, and I know this is going to be way deep, but I think it's more important that we watch that candidates of the military-industrial complex in proximity to Washington, D.C., right? I'm just trying to tell y'all. It's a lot going on in this. And you think about when the funders of the military-industrial complex are running political candidates and winning. I think you need to be paying attention to that, especially with a Trump on the rise. All right, I'm gonna leave it alone for now, but I'm just telling y'all need to pay attention. Heather Mack, y'all remember the name Heather Mack? Riis, you remember the story of Heather Mack? The girl that killed her mom with her boyfriend from Oak Park and then put in a suitcase? How did they get you? What kind of suitcase was that? And how was it leak proof? Did they put it in a place? I'm gonna let that go. Anyway, they're saying she got deported yesterday, and she's on her way back to to Chicago. She was on her way to Los Angeles, probably trying to sign a movie deal, and the FBI said, bring that bad boy, land in Chicago. So we're gonna see if she gets in. So she served time in prison in where was she at? In the Philippines? Not in the Philippines, but over in Bali. Should she have to serve time again for coming back? Because it's not double jeopardy. Because it's only double jeopardy in the United States. So she went to jail. She did like 6 years or 7 years for the murder of her mother, and now is out, got a baby, and is coming back. Should they lock her up again?
Where did the crime happen at?
In Bali.
No.
Okay. It's the return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. Yep, I see you, Alvin. Alvin, you need to be a writer, dog. You're going to be, when we blow up, dog, Alvin Norton, we're going to keep you behind the scenes, but you are going to be a writer on the show. You, Dennis Evans, Dag Nabbit, Kang Mufasa Red. Whew. Oh, yeah, I see y'all. I'll be seeing y'all stuff. It'd be hilarious. All right, I still think y'all really need to pay attention to the military-industrial complex running candidates that y'all don't realize they're running. I'm just telling y'all. Did you see the black boy predator Daniel McCormick was released? The predator priest who was from St. Agatha, who was released at the Catholic Church, knew he had a problem, so they sent him to a black parish so he could prey on little black boys. He's out. Did you see Loretto Hospital is under federal investigation? Andre Smith told me to send me a note to remind us that he called for a federal investigation back in April of this year. But the Loretto Hospital, I got questions about that. I want to talk to New Era Chicago about that too. When black folks was complicit with white folks stealing our resources, how we, okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna wait till New Era get here. Oh, did y'all see this lifeguard scandal has gotten more people fired? We're gonna talk about that too,
because there's some people on the hot seat and people trying to duck and dodge. And check out, for those of you that came to the anniversary, the 1 year anniversary of What's in It for the Black People, y'all remember Rob Blagojevich was there, and I don't know if y'all remember, he also came in studio. Well, he is now part of a Hulu special, a 4-part docuseries that is getting rave reviews. And guess who's in it? All y'all who came to the anniversary. So if you was at the anniversary, you make sure you tune in and check out Richard Roper's review, because he said Chicago, some of Chicago's famous people. Guess who he put in there? The hilarious Maze Jackson. Yeah, he said, people be saying, I was talking to this dude the other day, he said, you should do stand-up comedy. I said, I'm not really that funny. He was like, no, you're hilarious. I was like, no, I'm really not. And he was like, yes, you are. I was like, can I get some Kevin Hart money? He was like, you're not that funny. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to welcome our WBGX audience. We're going to welcome them back with some praise and some worship. Worship. You know how they say in church, worship. Worship. Not worship. Worship. I'm going to get that hymn, and I'm going to get that, I'm going to get the Baptist hymnal up in here. We're going to go through the songs. We're going to be singing like, oh, I'm going to do the versions, the white version and the black version of the same song one day. Like if you go to a white church and they sing it, if you go to a black church and they sing it. Because you wouldn't even recognize some of the songs. Do you know white people sing Amazing Grace? You probably wouldn't even recognize Amazing Grace if you went to a white church. You're like, what song is that? You're like, huh? And Amazing Grace. Black people sing different than white people at church. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Hey, you know what else? We got to get Church Chicago on the telethon. So we need them to be singing. We gonna need guys gonna turn it around. We need all of that for the telethon, because don't forget, November 19th from 6 a.m. to noon. Tickets will go on sale on Friday. We're gonna do it. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP.
I'm blessed.
Church Chicago's Power Hour. I'm your host, Angie Mims, and
Terrence Keys,
TD, a.k.a. Terrence Daniels.
You got an inspirational word for today?
Oh, man, I'll be honored. Giving honor to God. Hey, man, on Sunday morning, it's early, so we got to give honor to God.
Yes, sir.
The good word for today is don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes in our life, in our walk, in our days, in our journeys, we find a way to just worry about so many things.
Mm-hmm.
And we just want to encourage you today that those worries is God's responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
It's God's responsibility, because at the end of the day, what we worry about, most times we can't handle.
Yes.
If we would agree together, we can't handle it. So we have to give it to God. That's his responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And our job is to simply believe.
Yes.
Simply believe. When we believe, the Bible says all things are possible.
Come on through here.
I better leave that alone. I feel my seat.
already.
You feel it? So be anxious for nothing. Even the Bible says don't worry about anything. In Matthew 6:33 it says don't worry about anything, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these other things be added unto you. So we're here to encourage you.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion has to be sad? Yo, check this out.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:35 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and the weather report. Well, we're in traffic. On the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop is 26 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare is 22. On the Edens, Deerfield to Exchange is 30 minutes. Exchange back out to Deerfield, 27. Eisenhower. Thorndale to the Loop will be 40 minutes. Back out to Thorndale, 32. On the Stevenson, from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 40 minutes. Outbound, just 33. The Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 37 minutes. 34 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 16 minutes to the Loop. 15 minutes back out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive, south. 55th to Jacksonville to Jackson back out to 55th is 7 minutes and 8 minutes north. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr back to Randolph. Today's weather, it is currently 34 and clear. Today will be a high of 45 and a low of 30. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's fire here on the Maze Jackson Show.
Everybody say fire. Like Jeremiah. Won't leave me alone. Spirit's got everybody say fire. Shut up and like Jeremiah. Won't leave me alone. Spirit's got. Come on, favorite fighter, let's go. Everybody say fire. Shut up and like Jeremiah. Won't leave me alone. Spirit's got. Come on, clap your hands right here, let's go. Like Jeremiah, won't leave me alone. Spirit's got. Say fire, but his word was like a burning fire. Shut up in my bones, that's Jeremiah 20 and 9. Say whole lot of. Burning. Something about that Holy Ghost fire. Say fire. Feels like fire. Come on, put your hands together. Come on. Holy Ghost fire. I said Holy Ghost fire. Shut up in my bones. Fire. Shut up in my bones. Fire. Fire. I said fire. Shut up in my bones. Fire. Ooh. Fire. I said Holy Ghost. Come on, let's take it out. Say fire. Feels like fire. Whole lot of fire.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. Welcome to the WBGX family. Fire. I don't know if I was all into that one, but it seemed like Riis, everybody else loved it, so caught the Holy Ghost. Whew. I can't be doing the Holy Ghost with this sweatshirt on. Every time I catch the Holy Ghost, I got the sweatshirt on and it steam me out. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Riis, can you check out the door? Because I think our guests are soon to be here. This sweatshirt is too hot. I want to take it off now. All right. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Rule in the building. We are going to be talking to New Era Chicago. I wasn't necessarily... God, it's hot now. Turn the air on in this bad boy, please. Woo! I got the studio lights. I done got the cook up in here trying to do the Holy Ghost dance for y'all. But I want to welcome the WBGX 1570 audience, 1570 AM audience. Give us a call, 872-259-7474, 872-259-7474. We want to thank you. We want to offer you some praise and a little worship. I got to get a thicker, a bigger sweatshirt because I feel like I started an oven up in here. Woo! The Spirit of the Lord is here. Is that how it go? All right, y'all. Let me tell you. Goodness, it is hot. Did you all see the mayor had a text yesterday from the CEO of McDonald's? And the CEO of McDonald's basically said to the mayor after meeting with them that referring to the two murders that had happened. Do you remember the murder at the McDonald's? I can't think of the name of the young lady. Remember that one?
It was like out west, right?
It was the McDonald's on Kedzie and Roosevelt and Kedzie.
Yeah, right.
Right? And then there was the Adam Toledo. And he texted the mayor a series of texts. Well, one of them ended that talking about the tragedy of the violence, where he said with both of those, the parents failed those kids. He said to her, I know that's something you can't say. And I got to ask you the question, because I think there was a lot of debate going on back and forth with us during that time about the role of the parents in the death of those children. And was it like 52 shots in the car? Then she was riding with her dad to get. They were in the drive-thru and the car pulled up, and they unloaded the machine guns. Remember, and we were all caught up in the story. Well, immediately after that, the CEO of McDonald's, because y'all know the international headquarters of McDonald's is on Randolph, right? Yeah, it's on Randolph. Like Randolph and Racine about. And it's, McDonald's built their international world headquarters on top of the old Oprah building. So when you go there, they got the McDonald's, the international McDonald's, where you can get anything from any McDonald's anywhere in the world. Hamburger University is downtown. But the president of the worldwide organization is in Chicago. And so, he on a first name basis, he had texted the mayor because he got a new number. Right, he was like, I'm sending you my number because, the animal rights activists got a hold of my number and they've been bombarding it. It's been compromised. So here's my new number. And, oh, by the way, we just had these shootings, etc. Thank you for coming through. But, and I saw what happened to those kids was tragic. But, their parents failed them. Now, he said, I can't say, I'm going to say it because I know you can't say it. And oftentimes there are things. So I didn't know how to take that. Let's back up. I didn't know how to take that. So let's start with, did the parents fail the children? And then 2, if you believe that, can you say it out loud without being castigated? And then, Riis, if you hit the big voice, the bigger question, hit that big voice for me. And when
it's time for the social media question of the day.
Are there black truths that we know but can't say? Are there black truths that we know but cannot say? Now, it's interesting because I do believe that we have become so politically correct and politically sensitive that we can't tell the truth without being offended. When they say truth hurts? I often think that truth hurts. And so we can use offense or racism as an excuse or as an excuse. So I want to ask the social media question of the day. Riis, open up the phone lines. The phone number is 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Are there black truths that we know but just can't say? And I'm going to say that, and it's a challenge. I feel like there's oftentimes when we talk about things on the radio where we say we're dragging each other or we're pulling each other down, but it is it's an internal conflict. And I feel like oftentimes the challenge with having a platform like this is that this is what's in it for the black people media, right? So we want to talk about black issues and black things that impact our community, both good and bad. But because white people can see, we often have to temper our conversations. Does that make sense? Right? So when I see a black child murdered in the space occupied by black people, because of the breadth of the platform, it's difficult to talk about the internal conflict that must be resolved because white people are looking in to make us look bad in front of them. Does that make sense at all? So I got to ask you, once again, social media question of the day. Are there black truths that we know that we just cannot say? And that's good or bad. Riis, are there things that are black truth that we know to be true, but we can't talk about them in spite of racism?
Of course.
Well, you said that pretty easy, man.
You know how
you say it pretty easy, man. I'm trying to because I feel like sometimes, let me be true. Like, I feel like in this space of what's in it for the black people, I told you this is why it's hard for me to be an activist. Because it's too many rules, right? And they contradict themselves. Riis, I recognize the power of white supremacy. I just feel like I don't know that I want to have to recognize the power of white supremacy being used against me by black people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect sense.
But so are there things, Riis, because I cut you off, but are there things that we know to be true that we just can't talk about?
Yeah, that's like when they tell us, man, you can't be black all the time. Like we know that we do something. I can't name things off the top, but it's some black truths. Like, when something happens, you kind of know that a black person, yeah, I can see that happening. You know what I'm saying? Just certain black truths that we really don't talk about. Like I give you one. We don't tell. No matter what, you know what I'm saying? Even though it could be.
Oh, no, we tell. You ain't see the story in the paper? Somebody was telling. But we don't tell. But did you say, I don't know if you read the paper, but I was just reporting the news. I'm going to move on. Go ahead.
But yeah, no, it's like you said, I can't, but it's sometimes that we do have some black truths in us that we know that we, you know what I'm saying, need to correct, but we just don't. And we just,
How do we navigate the space in between white supremacy, the effects of white supremacy, and existence in our community? Like, let's not talk about why is it that a white person is safer in a black neighborhood than a black person? Do you agree with that? Is a white person safer than a black person in a black neighborhood?
Depending on where they at.
Give me an example of where they ain't.
I mean, it depends on
I'm just talking about
on certain hoods, that
it's just
it's just nah. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to belong around here. Some hoods he is not safe, but I do believe that a white person in most neighborhoods, in about 90%, can walk down and what I'm saying, we're looking like, what is he doing? What is he doing around here? And we'll be cautious and stuff like that. But society did that to us.
Okay. So, social media question of the day: are there black truths that we know but cannot say? The McDonald's CEO texted the mayor. Hold on, let me find the text, because I'm going to find the text for you so I can read it to you exactly, because I really want to know what your response would be if we heard this from the McDonald's CEO, who basically just told the mayor, look, these black kids ain't got no daddies, essentially. but you can't say it, so I will for you. And I don't know that. Hold on. Give me a second. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Are there black truths that we can't talk about? And then my question would be, how do we resolve them? Like, what is the forum? What is the forum for us to fix them if we can't talk about them in a place like this? Right? If you cannot talk about certain issues that impact our community directly, how do we fix them? So let me read what the text between McDonald's CEO and Chris Kibzinski and Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Here is what the tweets or the text said. By the way, I have a new mobile number. My last one was compromised, and the animal rights and union activists bombarded it with calls. Nice seeing you today. Thanks for coming to McDonald's headquarters. Let me know if I can be helpful. P.S. It's tragic. Shootings in last week, both at our restaurant yesterday and with Adam Toledo. With both, the parents failed those kids, which I know is something you can't say. Even harder to fix. From Chris K. From the mayor response. Thanks, Chris. Great to see you in person. Such a great workspace. And your folks were terrific. I said to Joe I would be happy to reach out to the operator to offer support. He and his team members have got to be traumatized. Terrible tragedy. Thanks again, Chris. Was he wrong to say that, Riis? Was he wrong to say it as the CEO of McDonald's Corporation? Was it racist? What was it? And because he's getting blasted now for saying it. And I guess my question is he wrong for saying it? And if he can't say it, would the mayor be wrong for saying it? Because it seemed like she didn't acknowledge it, but acknowledged it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she like, I can't type this. These people be all up in my emails. Right? She was like, but it's that whole, like, I feel like he felt comfortable talking to her like that. Right? Like, look, white man to white man, you know how these Negroes are. You know they ain't got no good home training. Now, I know you can't say it, so I'm going to say it for you. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Am I right? Well, you think that's kind of how the text string reads to me, right? Like, they both in the middle of being hated on by everybody. He got the union activists and the animal lovers. She got Mays Jackson and everybody else. So they kind of acknowledge each other in the space of, white men getting along who smoke cigars and drink scotch. More lesbian than black. Right? Why you laughing, man? I'm just saying. You heard the mayor say, when she wins, she be like, I need a scotch and a steak. I mean, really, dog, what woman says I need scotch, a steak, and a cigar? She thinks she's an old white man. The old white man talking to the other white man, they was like, they was in a text string. I see you. Terrible tragedy. Right? That's all she said to that, which is, gotcha, but these people be all up in my emails. They not going to get me again. So now my question is, why did he feel if he knew he couldn't say it, why did he feel comfortable saying it to her?
No, he said that he know she couldn't say it. He never said that. He never said that he knew that he couldn't say it. He said he knew she couldn't say it. So he was going to say it for you. Like, I mean, it was some truth in that, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, the parents fail, and we don't really tell, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been taught to look the other way so much.
So, but I feel like if we say that the parents failed, then we won't acknowledge the white supremacy in it. Right? Like, I feel like the moment, like, that's a racist statement, quote unquote, but people be like, come get your badass kids.
Right, and it hurt you, but there's some truth in that. That's it. I don't mean to hurt you, but I just want to tell you some truth.
But can we take that from a white dude? that runs McDonald's. So what is he saying to all his other employees? What's the interview process? Y'all mean to tell me y'all ain't got no opinions on this? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Did the parents, are there black truths that we just cannot tell? We cannot talk about. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Who's on the live line, Riis? Caller, are you there?
Hallelujah, greetings. Hallelujah, greetings, good guys.
Hey,
Mama D here.
Hey, Mama D, how you doing?
Hey, did you just say a woman, did you just call a woman an old white man wannabe?
Who did that, Mama D? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. That I don't know. The dude, I just know that old white men sit in a chair and drink scotch and eat steaks and smoke cigars. That's all I know white men do.
Yeah. Well, if a woman can be called an old white man wannabe, you can say anything. However, it is written in the Black History Bible book, whose hero is a woolly-haired man with brass-colored feet to match his brass-colored face, that my people have been led astray. With so few leaders, although they are not, they're leading us backwards. I think that we don't want to say that because we don't want to embarrass them. But the solution is to put principles before personalities and put the facts before your feelings. Feelings can change facts. Facts can change feelings, but feelings cannot change facts. So we have just got to get up this reverence for our leaders because they've been out here a long time. Because at the end of the day, we're worse off today than we were 6 years ago. And I don't think y'all don't want to say that. I'll go there. You know I'll go there. But I think most people won't go there. What do you think?
I think a lot of people ain't going to go there because it's touchy. It's just painful. It is a painful situation. Somebody is at the door, but do we have more callers? Anybody else on the line? It's the Maze. Ask her to go get the door. Yeah, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Caller, you're on the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning, Maze.
Byron. Byron, go ahead. I'm ready for you, Byron. I'm ready to do.
I'm going to be nice. I got to be nice because see, everything has to be tempered. I can't really tell you how I really feel.
No, you can tell me how you really feel. Go ahead, Byron.
No, Maze, you will let me back in the show. I'm telling you, you will not let me back in the show.
You all good, Byron. You all good. You know, you add color to the show.
Maze,
You add
you
color to the
understand.
show. You know, we ain't gonna do you like we did, Brother Frank. Brother Frank, come back. Come on, Byron. You can tell your part.
I miss Frank.
We miss Frank.
He hates me. He hates me, but I love it. But anyway, suppose the head of McDonald's was a black man. Would it make a difference?
It was a black man, and they ran him up out of there.
All I'm saying is the guy is saying what most people are saying. These badass kids, right? It's just the truth. We got to deal with the truth. Some people are just bad. We just got to call them out. We just can't just squirt around it. This wokeness has got us in bad shape because we can't make changes. Mama D kind of mentioned what all of this he's saying, in a different way. We gotta talk the truth.
Where do we talk it, though? So here go the thing. I think we all know that there's some issues, but where do we talk about it? Because if it ain't nowhere white people can't hear us talk about it. And that to me is really the issue to me sometimes is we don't have a platform or a forum to talk about our own issues without white folks seeing it. So we don't ever want to talk about it. So it's like we can't never get to the root of it. Look, Byron, go ahead.
Hold on, Maze. Be worried about white folks. Stop worrying about white folks. You know what? After listening to Riis for these past 2 or 3 weeks, I'm loving Riis. Now he is carrying the torch for us. He's got the Trump torch, and now he's carrying the truth torch.
Oh Lord!
I love this guy. Please, I'm telling you, keep Riis whatever you do. Keep Riis because I know you can cut me off. I told you I can't say what I really want to say, but I love Riis. He's speaking for us.
Look, you can't be telling Riis that he get his head to get big. Maybe I told you I was smarter than you. Nah, look, Byron, we know. Hey, man, it's a challenge, man. I know I don't be caring what white people. You know, I feel like Willie Wilson. I'm tired of white people telling me what to do. I'm tired of worrying about what white folks think. I just want to be able to move around my own neighborhood in peace. I want white folks to have to feel as uncomfortable sometimes. Man, it's crazy. Any more calls on that line? All right, y'all, we're going to do this. We're going to take a quick break, and we are going to get back, and we're going to be I'm excited, because we got New Era Chicago in here. Look, they not begging, they building. So I'm just here to let y'all know it's about to go down, because I saved up all the good stuff for New Era Chicago. They'll be in when we come back after this break. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:03 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. No sports yesterday, so we're going to jump right into the traffic. On the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop is 40 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare is 19. On the Edens, inbound from Deerfield to Exchange will be 49 minutes. Exchange back out to Deerfield, 28. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 50 minutes. Back out to Thorndale, 35. The Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 49 minutes. Outbound, 39 minutes. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 45 minutes. 35 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 19 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes back out to 95th. DuSable Lecture Drive got some slight changes. From 55th to Jackson is now 9 minutes, but Jackson back out to 55th is still 7. 8 minutes still locked in on the north side, Randolph to Bryn Mawr, and Bryn Mawr back out to Randolph. On today's weather, it is still 34 and clear. Today will be a high of 45 with a low of 30. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's Slick with Addicted here on The Maze Jackson Show.
I mean, I know that you're here with me and everything, but since you just left a few hours ago, I've just been going crazy. And I done come to realize one thing. Oh, baby, I miss you. Must be some kind of drug, baby, 'cause it just keeps on calling me, and I just need a hit of your love. It's got me shaking and feeling for your touch. Baby, of you I can't get enough. It feels like I done OD'd on you, babe. I'm addicted for you. Can't stop loving 'cause I can't get enough of you, babe. 'Cause I'm so addicted to you. This must be love. 'Cause I can't
in my arms, and I don't know if I can take any more of being without you. Even though it's only been an hour, it feels to me just like forever. And I am hoping that I can see you soon. See you soon. I'm so addicted. Lord have mercy. I can't be without you, baby. Oh no.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies now other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Todd explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect, you oppress us all. In the mirror, realize you great. Yeah, we always argue with our brothers, but ain't nobody gonna take our place. Just stay in tune and stay on top about who forwards, about who not. Just green light all the black economy, then watch all the shooting don't stop. To my black people in power, just remember we put you in power. If you really wanna save all the black princesses, be Mario and not Bowser. They gave us a hard job. We gon' make it if we do it together. Divided we fall, we gotta evolve. With confidence, you are ready before you started. With no confidence in the people, we always gon' be the people.
What's in it for me? What's in it for you? Who's telling the lies? Who's telling the truth? Black people realize the sun shines for you. So stop the divide. See what melanin do. What's in it for the black people? All the lies we heard before. You gotta do more than listen. On a count of three.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Hey, it's the Riis. First of all, I thought we usually take off at 6 o'clock, man. We usually get the soul plane up in the air at 6 o'clock, but we had to wait for 2 passengers. We had to wait for 2 passengers. You know the soul plane don't really slow up. Right. We don't really slow the soul plane. We be like, Ruthie be like, hold on. She be running through the airport. She be trying to get on Todd. We be like, leave Todd ass. He left. But today, y'all, we got some special guests in the building. Don't man.
We special.
Hold on, y'all got special guests. I'm gonna tell you. So two of our most two of my long-standing family, digital family members have professed your greatness since. I'd be like, first of all, y'all got to understand, I have a small ego.
Okay.
So, I feel a certain way when people be coming on the page, be like, you need to get New Era Chicago on.
Bless
like,
their heart.
I'll be like, okay. I'll be like, this is the Maze Jackson. You need to get, Maze, we be at Maze. You need to get New Era Chicago on.
You was feeling some kind of way.
I was like,
what?
I don't know, Maze. They said you kind of spoiled.
Yeah.
Hold on. First of all, I spoil people, right?
Okay.
I put it down, so I expect what I put out to come back. So I believe in reciprocity. But I feel a certain way because I feel like, so you know how you feel like certain people is your own people, then they be acting like, like it's your cousin, but your cousin got other cousins, and they be like,
your friend got a friend,
right? You thought you was the only friend they had, and they be like, I got plenty friends. You ain't the only friend. I got friends all over the place.
Looking at them to the side.
So I'll be like, what your name is, Janessa,
Day one,
and old Ready Rock. They'll be Ramel. That ain't what you should listen to what New Era Chicago said.
Y'all being messy.
First of all, I be in my own meeting. I'm like, this is my meeting. Don't nobody care about what no New Era. You need to do what New Era Chicago said. But I had heard about your work quite a bit prior to meeting you, and I think when we all connected officially at the Solo Beauty Supply opening, everything that had been told to me seemed to be true, right? I watched how y'all carried yourselves. I watched how y'all projected, interacted with the people at the same time, and there was something happened there. And I had met Eric because he had done a show with us before, but I didn't really, it was like, you ain't like the most talkative brother, right? He ain't the most talkative brother in the world, at all, right? And then, so I was like, I don't know. And then we were at Solo Beauty, and it all came together, and I was just like, look, man, this is what you all do is what this platform is about. I got my own kind of way of delivering. I'm going to be honest with you. I was like an activist for like a week. Right, like 1 week, and then I tapped out. I was like, "It's too many rules. It's too much. It'd be like you can't do this." I was like, "Look, man, you
sound like a Virgo.
I just want
don't do that.
I'm an Aquarius.
I knew it.
I'm a Virgo.
So you just said it. You sound like Riis.
I was being messy, but I knew it when you said
she was
I like my own kind of.
So at the event, right? So we're at the Solo Beauty grand opening of their new store. Shout out to Nidra Williams. And I was like, man, something just told me, let's get them a show, because this is what we're supposed to be about, right? And we do all types of things, and we have all types of content, but I believe that there are people that are about the work of building a nation. I don't know what that format is going to take. And I'm not the unga. I'm economics. Like I'm a capitalist pig. I want to eat. I want to feed people.
We need that.
But I also know that for it to happen, because I've watched it build, and even when you read the history of Chicago, everybody got to play a position. And you all fill a gap. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit back for about 4 minutes. I'm going to let you all introduce yourselves, and I'm going to let y'all tell the world about New Era Chicago. You talking to about... because I'm the king of the platform, just so y'all know. I got 300. So we got about 300, 350 live between Facebook, YouTube. Now, and just so y'all want to tell y'all another little, because I'm super petty.
Okay.
Riis, I'm super petty. Riis be feeling a certain way. He like got a love kind of jealousy thing going on with y'all, because y'all knocked Week 304 Wednesdays out the top slot on What's in It for the Black People Media. But talk to us, introduce yourselves to the audience, because y'all have not been here in the mornings, because I want you all to check them out every Wednesday at 5 o'clock, from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. It's the New Era Chicago Radio. Introduce yourselves, ladies. Talk to the peoples.
Peace and love, family. My name is Sister Erica. I am a member of New Era Chicago. I have been a member. New Era Chicago started in April of 2016, and I became an official member in May of 2016. I worked in the medical field. That was around the time the brother Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, and there was another brother. God, forgive me for not remembering. And they were just, just wiped out back to back. And so I remember a friend showed me a video of an organization in Detroit. The gas station owner had pulled a gun on a little boy, and they went and shut the gas station down, like just, lined it up, they didn't have no more service, and their demands were that the person be fired. And it happened. So I was just like, man, we need that in Chicago, And so when they finally came, I didn't, make the first meeting when they came. But I remember I called off on a Thursday, and it was a community meeting with New Era. And I was just like, I'm finna call off work so I can go to the meeting. And I never left. And it's been a journey ever since, 2016. It's just been a lot that we've grown to understand, especially about our people. But it's been a real learning experience, a lot of reflecting to understand, do I really like black people? A lot of them moments.
That's why you left after a week. That was a part of
a lot of maturing moments. A lot of I got on punishment once, but I stuck with it, and I don't regret not anything about it. It's just so much that I want for our people, and I understand that the more that I strive and better myself and offer that to them, I don't think it's a way we can fail. I just think we just late in the mug.
So I am Sister Oya Music, and I came probably about 6 months after Sis did. The draw for me was that New Era Chicago is unapologetically pro-black. And I find that oftentimes, we have this, we are pro-black in ways, but we scared to say it out loud, or we feel like we have to, be mindful of the spaces that we're in and don't say it when you over there with those folks. But this is an organization that was like, look, we're going to come wherever we at, and we're going to say what we said, and that's what we said. And so for me, that was really important. And not just that we were talking about, other people and what they weren't doing, but what is it that we need to be doing to address our issues in the community. And so we go out and we feed the people. That's a need. When we go out and feed the people, you should see some of the folks come back. Can I get another bag? Can I get some more? They're hungry out there. And so who we all we got, the hood to hoods where we go and knock on the doors. We try, and we're not really a political organization, but we try and, make people aware, like, listen, the gubernatorial race is coming up. Y'all need to, check out who the candidates are. You need to be informed. So we try and give the community information that we feel like is not often in the forefront for our people, stuff that we aren't talking about. Like, we'll get involved in a bunch of mess. We'll get involved in a bunch of, what's going on with the celebrities and so forth. But it's like, listen, we've got some other things that we can be dealing with that are way more important. And if we focused on those things, then maybe we can push the dial forward for ourselves and quit waiting for somebody to come and save you. Like, everything that's needed, what Eric say, the needs of the black community are the responsibility of the black community. So if there's something that's not happening in our communities, we have to take a look at ourselves and figure out what aren't we doing. That was my draw with New Era Chicago. And the fact that it's 14 chapters. So the fact that it's a national thing was big for me too.
We have one in Nigeria too.
So
was that 4 minutes or 5?
Oh no, I just needed to be petty for Tennille real quick.
Okay.
Because Tennille said that I couldn't be quiet for 4 minutes.
Oh.
So if you noticed, I didn't say a word.
He didn't
and
say
even
a
when
word.
I turned the mic over to y'all. But let me just say this. I feel like when I read, looked, watched, peered in to New Era Chicago, I think the commonality that I saw was the unapologetically black space, right? And so I tend to kind of stay in my own little box, because when you start getting into black concern for black people, you can really get yourself hurt loving your people.
Yeah.
And so I'm not gonna lie to you. I have been very gun shy about just getting involved, putting my name on anything, being in anything. But when we started What's in It for the Black People, it came from the standpoint of I was tired of every time I would notice in conversations, people like, yeah, and then the black people, or and I'd be like, why we gotta whisper?
Yeah.
Like, why can't we like you in Chicago where they be Irish pride, Italian, they got whole. Why do we as black folks have to whisper? And then I was literally in the halls of power in Springfield and watching the quote unquote power and watching how we were pawns in the power game that were to be shifted, moved, and to be at the disposal of white folks. Really, I'm not gonna lie, it messed up my money, it messed up my mind, because I just was like, I couldn't conceive of it. And so when I heard you all, it was like different tactics, same mindset, right? And so that's why New Era Chicago is on. You got to check out New Era Chicago Radio every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. because they get it in and they have real discussions. Look, when Brother Eric said y'all was coming, I said, why don't we do it like this? Instead of it just being like, oh, I'm going to interview you. I was like, let's add some perspective. I do this every morning, but I would love to hear some perspective on some of the things that are happening and maybe solutions based as to how we can address some of these issues. Can y'all rock with me till now?
We can rock.
All right, cool. So we're going to rock till now. Wait, hold on before I get down here. Because I drink coffee in the morning, but what's this I'm working with right here? What's going on,
That
sis?
is
Come on.
lemonade. That is
lemonade. That
Blue
cool,
Lotus
refreshing
Holistic
drink.
Hub lemonade. So it's all natural. It has fruit, spring water, and brown cane sugar.
Is it infused?
No.
Every time somebody come around, they be like, you got the ass
can
now.
infuse it. Yeah,
I can infuse it. I got a couple drops that we're going to put in.
Yeah.
So now where can I get it?
You can find it at Solo Beauty, 8158 South Cottage Grove.
That's that daggone Nidra Williams, always supporting everybody black. Always trying to, you know what, I got to tell you, Nidra Williams, straight up connector, black businesswoman, Solo Beauty Supply. Y'all get a chance. #1 advertiser from the first day. Every Monday morning I wake up and ding, there is Solo Beauty in the inbox, no questions. Always putting it back. So I got to show Nidra Williams some love. But let's do this. I'm going to jump into a few headlines of some things that I want to talk about. Let's start with, let's go back. Hold on.
Yeah, because I wanted to go back. Go ahead.
Okay, well, first of all, and then we're going to go back. You said you was on punishment. You got put on punishment.
Yes,
what that mean? What that
yes,
mean?
Did
you have to get did you have to take stroke? Well, how does that work? Punishment.
I got suspended.
Yeah.
We
always
because
on the verge
can I ask a question? In New Era Chicago, do women know their place?
Well, hold on.
Wait a minute now.
No, hold on. So check this out, right? And so I like to say it in a controversial manner,
right?
So that y'all could get off.
Right.
You Carrie, because Carrie gonna call me and be like, I'm gonna get a text in a minute. What place is that exactly?
Yeah.
But one of the challenges that I feel like we have in our universe right now is, particularly in what's good for everybody ain't always good for us, and it seems like family values, the connection of family, the necessity of man and woman and being in harmony, seem to have been pushed to the side in a lot of places.
Yeah.
And so I am curious, in New Era Chicago, is there a belief in healthy families, I guess?
Absolutely. And I think there's a balance within the organization to where we don't necessarily address, like there's no, the sisters are going to do this and the brother, because we understand what's needed in our communities and we understand that our focus should be fixing the issues. We don't have time to be, bickering about the bull. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So there's such a balance that, our brothers love and appreciate what we bring to the table, and we love and appreciate what they bring to the table. And so it's just so cohesive. It works. I don't think we've ever even had to address that issue.
Yeah, good. All right, so now you said you wanted to go back. So what did you want to talk about?
I just
wait, but what does punishment mean?
Yeah,
like did you have to like do push-ups, right? Like did you have to run around? Did you have to? You couldn't talk. Did you have to like wear a mask? Like do you know what?
I couldn't come out to none of the events, and
she was sick.
I was sick too, cause I like wear a lot of hats, so I was like, y'all don't want me today? Like, nope.
What you do?
No. I was talking to one of my brothers, and then after that, I'm gonna plead the fifth.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Regulation. That's what I'm talking about. We need some discipline in this world. All right, that's what I'm talking about. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. We got New Era Chicago in the building. All right, you wanted to go back to something though.
Well, only the question that you asked about the McDonald's guy and they mayor.
Who said they mayor?
Yeah, I mean, you know. Are there some things that we can't talk about? What was the question?
So the question is, are there some black truths that we know but just can't talk about?
So I think that we need to be talking about all of them as a people. But you know how, like, I got 2 siblings, and we could talk about our mama, but you better not say
right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like I get with the brother, what was his name? Brent, whatever his name was, when he was like, oh, you know, it's okay because there's certain things that they not going to let you say. You know, you can't talk about Elvis. You know, and
you can't talk about Judeo-Christian relationship. You can't talk
nothing.
about... No, you cannot talk about Dave, it's a whole bunch of stuff you can't.
We move into the draw picture era. Saying what you want to say is almost like coughing and sneezing. You ain't
careful.
supposed to do it no more.
So I think we need to establish some boundaries where people understand that. Listen, we gonna deal with it. We have to deal with it. But you be mindful. And I do feel like he felt comfortable saying that because they were talking about it previously, and she probably said some things where they were in full agreement. She even what she about, and I know your people are traumatized. You know, it's like, so you almost apologetic with the brother, you know, on the low end. So no, they need to understand their place too.
So I would tell you that people think it's funny when I say it, but I'm gonna be honest with you when I tell you that the mayor believes that she identifies with old white males. Right?
Yes, that when I first heard you say that.
But she does. She thinks she's an old white man. That's who blessed her into this upper echelon that she exists in, and she was the perfect foil. She was a black woman, lesbian, who didn't have love for black people that could be the perfect weapon to go in, cut, slice, and be very difficult for anyone to attack. She's got black woman, lesbian, right? But if I know I got all of that and I send you in as the Terminator, right? Then, and so they have all said, like, she already had that conversation with that white guy, and they like, Lori,
they touched and agreed,
right? They was like, I know, Lori, you're not like them.
Right.
We understand each other. You are a federal prosecutor. It's just like when she said, just go get them and we'll get the evidence to match. It tells you when she sat down and said, after our children were finally able to return to school, I'm going to enjoy this with a scotch and cigar, a big glass of scotch cigar. She was sending a message to white men saying, I'm still one of you. Don't worry. Right, exactly. So the challenge I have, right, here at this platform is that it really is built for black people. So like when you hear me talking about white boys and everything else, it's like this radio is this platform is for us. If you happen to look in and your feelings get hurt, you wasn't supposed to be here no way. Right? But the challenge is that we know people are watching, so when these debates and these conversations need to be had with our people, and we probably have one of the largest platforms to do it, it's often interpreted as dragging our people because white folks can look, but it's really a dynamic that we got to get out. Like, we got to talk about.
So, you know, we posted the story yesterday.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we did.
I won't even lie to y'all. I didn't go to sleep till about 4 o'clock this morning because it was just back and forth at one point. But
with our people.
with our
What
people.
you mean?
They were just,
In the
they
comments.
just paying attention to the wrong stuff. Who finger? What's that? Some people were aiding like, good stuff. And I believe it was her sister. She came on and was just like, y'all chill
Her
out.
sister and her grandma.
Yeah. And at one point,
And mother.
I think it was 2. I think I banned 2 police officers. They came on the page and was just like,
There's not enough
how do you know?
information.
And
Yeah.
then they would post like, whatever arrest she had. And the brother was like, well, they had to be before he did what he did to her,
Mhm.
And I just sat there with it for a minute, and it was just like, man, here it is. We're in our own space. We got like, 40, almost close to 48K on our page. And I was just like, we sitting in our own space. Y'all don't even have the decency to like the page, but you have the audacity to come on here
and have something to
and
say.
just poke. You know what I mean? This is a sensitive situation, and here you are like, well, how do you know? You're on a good.
Well,
event.
they don't care.
They don't care, but it just upset me so bad because it's just like, who's going to stop that?
Good Lord. White folks feel like there is nothing that we have that they don't
can't
have
be a
a
part
right
of. Yeah.
to violate, come in. That's why this is what I say. Black folks love a dancing white boy, and the dancing white boy.
Didn't I say that?
They love a dancing white boy, and then that dancing white boy opens the door for other people to feel like they have a space. So that's why when y'all talk about what's old boy, the Joker, whatever his name is, what's your basketball player? What's the white boy down in Dallas? What's his name? Come on,
that's Luka.
So right, like. All we got is basketball, football, and y'all. They want to give Eminem the #1 rapper.
Right.
They want to give Luka
Adele,
Doncic the #1 basketball player. Like there's white people ain't giving us no props
Adele,
for
the
nothing.
new Whitney.
Right.
Yeah.
Adele, the new Whitney, Rich Paul. And it drives me nuts. Right, to see that there is no safe space for black people to just convene, right? Like just to be like, and that's where I feel like a big chunk of these, even when we're having these issues. And I'm gonna say, I've always said, we got internal issues that we need to deal with, but my concern is that allowing the internal issues, if we allow them to attack us while we're dealing with our internal issues, by the time we get those fixed, there'll be nothing left for us to consume. And I just feel like right now we got to figure out a forum in which we can communicate with each other that is not the dominion. I mean, think about the gravity of a white cop coming to the New Era Chicago page
and having the audacity to say
and feeling
something.
comfortable enough to say something, because who gonna check me, boo?
Exactly.
Who gonna check me?
Who gonna check me, boo? Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's take a quick break. When we come back from this break, we're gonna continue the conversation with New Era Chicago. Plus, we got phone calls. So y'all gonna call in because we got guests, huh?
Hey, y'all.
All right, I see y'all know. Now y'all know I'm just. No, I'm not playing. I can't wait. Let's have some conversation and let's expand it. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
WIIFTBP.
Oh, man. They done messed around and gave New Era Chicago their own radio show. What they do that for?
You done messed up. So what we doing, bro?
Man, we talking about power.
Did you say power?
Not rights and equality, but power. We ain't begging, we building.
In that order, Chicago, and we got dope segments. Hey, yo, sis, holla at them.
Peace and love, family. It's Sister E of New Era Chicago in the building, dropping the statistics, holistics, and of course the ballistics. Good for the mind, body, and the soul. Let's get it, family.
And this your boy D Cook coming with straight facts. If you don't know, now you know.
And this is your other sister, Omo Oya Music, coming in peace, love, and light, getting real with my people so we can quit with the bull spit.
And this brother E, and I'm gonna wrap it up with the power surge.
Listen, it's going down every Wednesday night, 5 to 6 p.m. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's the Black Power Hour, New Era Chicago Radio on What's In It for the Black People Media.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
All love it.
Yeah, I love being black, Hey, do this for my people.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:37 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. In sports, the Atlanta Braves win the World Series as they did something the White Sox couldn't do, and they whooped the Houston Astros 7-0 and win the series 4-2. Congratulations to the Atlanta Braves for winning the World Series. Now finally over to traffic on the Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop will be 1 hour. Outbound to O'Hare will be 25 minutes on the Edens. Inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange is 64 minutes. Out Exchange back to Deerfield, 34. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 1 hour. Back out to Thorndale, 38 minutes. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 1 hour and 2 minutes. Outbound will be 40 minutes. The Bishop Ford. I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 48 minutes, 39 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 21 minutes to the Loop, 14 minutes back out to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson, 14 minutes. Jackson back out to 55th, 8. On the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr, 8 minutes. Bryn Mawr back out to Randolph, 10 minutes. Today's weather, it is now 34 and sunny. Today will be a high of 45 with a low of 30. I'm Riis the Ruler, and here's I Love Being Black here on The Maze Jackson Show.
The skin of men fit me fine, tailor-made, yeah, I'm comfortable. And so it seems I'm still chasing my dreams. They told me, watch my steps, they want to pull the rug from under you. This is transparency, my life 3D. You live every word that I utter, reporting live from the gutter. Where the mind's hard to change, but we don't give up on our brothers and sisters. Cause we all need one another. The time's getting closer, revolution, feel it coming. I can smell it in the air. Inhale it, let it embody you. Because chances are the cops pull you over, they body you. Plus we don't trust each other, so it's just another obstacle. Why jump hurdles to make a change? It ain't optional. Olympian mindset in this booth with my binoculars. I see my vision getting clear. Yes, that's what a prophet do. My music touch the people's soul. Black power gospel tune. So many styles, watch me kick them like they soccer moves. Falling rank and file, this is my platoon. Soldiers at attention, ain't no Willie lynching. This the program. Who they think they kidding? Reinvent the system. Total reconstruction of our mental stigma. This ain't a game, boy. Still they think I'm talking about Nintendo. That's a shame, boy. Augment reality. Better fix your brain, boy. I love my people, hope they love me black. I'm going hard and ain't no holding back. Watch me react. I put my fist up in the skies like a beacon for believers that one day we return to our greatest if we seek it. All the glory we can obtain and keep reaching. I'm painting this picture, I hope you see it. Guess what the theme is? I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud, man. I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey, hey, hey. Well, how about you to sing these tunes too? Customize for you a little something you can groove to. Feeling good about yourself. Melanated mood muse. Always service humble pie. We don't care about who's who. Light brown or dark skin. This right here for you too. We are the gods of the earth. Living proof truth. Say it loud if you black and proud. I salute you and that's a fact. Where you at? Let me hear you say it back. I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud. Man, I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. This is the new era morning hour. You know I got my ego, but I'm gonna go ahead. I might even throw a little new era Chicago little headline up there for y'all in a little while. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Now it's gonna be underneath the Maze Jackson Show, but it's gonna be up there, right? Because I want y'all to check them out. Check them out though. Every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. is New Era Chicago Radio. What can people expect when they tune in to New Era Chicago Radio? And give a plug to your artist too.
We have shouts out to Brick the Foundation. It's a Detroit artist. Shouts out to you, Brick. So when you tune into New Era Chicago Black Power Hour, you're gonna see a lot of natural energy. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of balance. You know, we all we disagree, but we kind of have, the same ideas about a lot of stuff. We have the same focus on a lot of things. I love the way that we're able to come to a solution from all different angles. And I respect the fact that we all have different powers.
And that's what we're talking about,
yeah.
power. We discussed, just like you were saying, what are our issues? Like, what are the things that need to be addressed in our community? And, you know, what's the best way to address them? And then just trying to explain and tie in what our programs are and how they work towards addressing those issues. But, yeah, just, you know, real raw. It's our responsibility, taking accountability. That's what our hour is about.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell y'all what. Y'all check them out today. This Riis long day. This day, Riis, he be like, man. If I come...
Tell Riis I'm bring you some lemonade back later.
Some lemonade. Lemonade. That could be refreshing.
I got to drink it here. I can't take it home. My girl going to drink it.
See, we talked about this yesterday. This is what I said. We was talking about this yesterday. I don't do family gifts. Like, I don't want nothing.
We heard you.
I don't want don't give me nothing that say the Jacksons.
Yeah.
Right? Because Carrie last name ain't even Jackson. And she be like, give it. If it's for us, you need to put 2 in there, and 1 for Maze and 1 for Carrie.
I was in the comments. I said, we're going to get him a T-shirt, say Carrie's husband.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Right? Well, you know that's, like, so you know on the campaign statement, right? I mean, on the campaign trail, that's actually how it works. Like, so I got my own blue check, and I got my own blue check now. First of all, I got my blue check. I was geeked. We was at the restaurant. I was like, I got a blue check. She's like, oh, you ain't had you
Okay, sis. She gut punched you with it.
Okay.
Well,
so dang,
we been had blue check,
right? Blue check. You ain't up on the purple. Oh, you tripping? So I'm gonna just tell you though. So on the campaign trail, my job is to smile, not talk, hold the purse, and take the picture. And you know I've been reduced to that, but I feel like I got, I be coming to places and it'd be like, Maze, and I'd be like, I'm on carry duty. So I'd be like, so I have to, but I do think we have a great balance as it relates to power. Now, I'm going to tell you, she probably don't, our dynamic is probably great for me, not as good for her, because a lot of the things that we talk about here, right, they try to punish me through her.
Yeah.
Right. And so one of the best things that has happened over the course of our relationship is that the Black community has embraced her and protected her, understanding the space that she occupies. Because she work her number on the inside and be like, look, I got to do it this way. I understand what you're doing. Maze, you don't get a vote in the boardroom, but trust that I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do on behalf of our people while moving the ball forward. And she don't get a vote on the show, but it's that balance that we have that allows us to build power. But one of the great things that I love about our community, even as much as they just make me go crazy, because I'd be like, why can't y'all see this?
Yeah.
Is that they have been faithful in that they have been a shield of protection. Because, I say a lot of stuff that I'm not supposed to say.
Right.
I share a lot of information of the dark arts that I practiced when I did politics that a lot of people don't want me to share. And they have tried to put it against her. And what's the beautiful part is our community has always gotten around her and been like, I don't know if I agree with dude, but y'all not finna hurt her.
Yeah.
And I wonder, how do we expand that sense of community? Because in our community right now, it seems like we got some long-standing divisions and a way that we have been programmed that it feels like some days it's just, is it really worth the fight for our people? Because it's like, will they ever get it?
Yeah.
Talk to me about perseverance in this fight and how your love for your people in this fight is both rewarding and punishing.
For me, it took a lot of growth. Like I said, a lot of reflecting to understand why it bothered me so much. And what was the core of what I was like, what was the core reason why I was doing what I was doing. And what I've come to know is, like, everybody is not as passionate. They're not as genuine. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that, they can't come up and be a part of it. but you ain't finna come over here contaminating stuff. You know what I mean? So
right.
I just feel like that's the boundary that we have to set when you know, if you're representing us in any type of way, or if you are in leadership of any type of way, you have to be, you know, you got to stand on your feet. And you got to be clean with it. You can't be, you know, having two faces. You can't be saying this, but behind closed doors, you doing that. You know, that's just not, it's not going to work that way. So I think a lot of, we got to just kind of clean ourselves up, I think, and clean up the people that we got standing in the front of us. And just, you know, start there. That's what I think. But the perseverance, my mom always laughing at me. She's like, girl, you got a lot of hair, gray hair. I say, girl, that come from, you know, hanging with your
Dealing
cousins.
with our people, yeah.
Them your cousins, you know, but it's you know, the reward is, I guess the reward comes because I still haven't stopped. So, and I, you know, after every, you know, day, like last night, man, looking all that stuff on Facebook, I was just like, ooh, we're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? I was able to just tell myself that continuously because I said, you know, I listen to our children. I listen to my children. Me and my son listen to you every morning, too. And he
What's his name?
His name, Ben.
Ben, what up, dog? Hey, man, you go to school this morning? It's a little dark out there. I can't believe your mama let you go to school. I can't believe you making them go to school in this dark. Ben, I got your back, dog. I got your back.
Not Ben.
Ben. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Look, Ma, let him get a pass. It's dark out there.
I came out to the party.
We gotta get Ben. We got Ben. Man, we looking for young people to broadcast, man. Yeah. We looking for young podcasters. Okay, go ahead.
But them just listening and paying attention to it. He's 17, and you know, like I said, we've been doing New Era since 2016, and he's written like articles and things like that. So that is my drive to continuing to keep going because they're watching me,
exactly,
and they understand it from a different perspective. Like they in school, so they see, you know, they have white teachers and, you know, things like that. So he's able to kind of like pick and choose what works for him, and he knows, you know, how to move with it. So okay, that's the blessing in it. But you know, our cousins is our cousins.
That's the reward for me. I'll start with the reward. The reward for me is looking at the youth and seeing how they're receiving it. And like, you know, historically, it's always been young folks. You know, Martin was young, Fred was young, you know, they were, you know, it's been young people. But for me, the reward is seeing my children and knowing that they get it, that they understand, and also taking the example to say, this is how it's supposed to be done. Like, if we want something to change, we have to be the agents of that change. Like, sitting around waiting and expecting somebody to come in, and like, that's just not going to happen. Now, like she said, our cousins, you know, because I've been in spaces where it's just like, you know what? Nope. Nope. You know, no, let me pull the pin and throw it in the room because all of them. But what I had to come to terms with is it's not practical to think that everybody is going to go. Everybody ain't going to go. It's been a lot of trauma in the community. There are some folks that have their minds set on, and maybe when they leave and come back the next life, they'll have it together. Mm-hmm. But for me, what makes me keep going also is those who do get it. Like when you come onto a platform and you see all of the people in the comments that are like, we get it. And it's like, yeah, you know, we ain't out here talking to a wall. You know what I'm saying? So we can keep talking and keep pushing. So that's what it is for me.
So I got to ask. Do I gotta be poor to fight for my people? Like, do I gotta be poor? Like, it feels like, cause the second that you make $1, right? Mm-hmm. It'd be like, oh, you done sold out the people. Mm-hmm. You done, and I feel like there is a love-hate relationship with black folks, economics, and we don't have an ecosystem. And even as we try to build our ecosystem, so much of it is built on social services and nonprofits.
Habit.
How do we wean ourselves from? Well, let me back up. Is money the root of all evil?
The love of
it.
Money. So if you can be incentivized to move away from your people and its issues, then because somebody gave you a couple of dollars, that's a huge problem. But you don't have to be, and that's the thing. People who do have some wealth, that can reach back. That's the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? It's our response. Because look, a lot of people say, well, they don't have to do that in their communities. And what Brother Eric say, black people have a different set of problems and a different set of issues here that we're dealing with that other groups don't have to deal with. And so my mama would say, to whom much is given, much is required. We have been given much. We are a beautiful, powerful people. And so when you find yourself in positions, you can't be taken off your square by allowing those couple of dollars or a title or position to make you say, forget them over there. I live over here now. And you know what I'm saying? And honestly, I'm still grappling with how do we change that mindset other than just continuing to be the example? Because I would love to, do a late night creep into somebody's house and say, hey, you gonna wake up in the morning and you gonna do this, but you can't force folks. So I don't know.
Oh, the trap squad.
Strong arm a few folks.
I do ask though, because one of the things that I found is that in some ways, being conscious or being active seems to pit black folks against, I don't want to call it middle class existence, but I feel like there is I feel like most black folks are trying to go to work, come home, get their kids through school, and have a weekend to do something. Like most folks is like, just leave me, let me just have my little kingdom, my space.
Yeah.
How do we bring the people that are on the bench? Because I'm going to tell you, sometimes being active, I feel like the activist community runs assets away by being so, like, man, an accountant ain't going to be standing at the front lines, but he going to make sure your money works.
Exactly.
And it doesn't seem like we understand the having an ecosystem where everybody has got a role, but it don't mean you got to be the front line fighter, or like if you haven't been to jail, then you ain't got no credibility. And I don't know how do we build an ecosystem where we show people that they have a role, that everybody ain't gonna be New Era Chicago, just like everybody ain't gonna be what's in it for the black people, just like everybody ain't gonna be, but we find our commonalities. And I don't know, how do we find the commonalities between black people?
That's what we're talking about this evening.
Yep.
Was that a shameless plug for the show? One more time, New Era Chicago Black Power Hour. Check them out every Wednesday night from 5 to 6 p.m. I see how you did that right there. Check them out every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. Because they're going to be talking about that tonight.
Yeah.
Because I'm a member of a Black Greek Letter organization, right? And people be like, if you how you still call yourself a Black Greek? And I feel like a lot of the advancements that we appreciate came from those organizations. And I feel like our next generation, for us to survive, is going to have a combination of that college with the new era mentality. Because our young people are coming to school, and like even in our fraternity, like the young people be like, hey, we got other issues that the chapter is going to be dealing with than going to do a can shake. We out here on the front lines of that. How do we bring all of these disparate groups in our black community to a space where we understand each other's existence, the space? Because I feel like a lot of times, because we don't know each other, it's all this stuff that you made up over here, you made up over here. And so when somebody jumps off the train, you don't realize that was what their goal was. Like they was trying to get to, not in the sellout, but for me, I'm trying to increase black business, the opportunity for black people to do business. How do we get to a point where we can all start to recreate a black ecosystem?
I was thinking about this yesterday, but we had we did some type of, we used to go into the schools and kind of talk with the kids a little bit. And so one time we went and we asked the kids to create a city. We had different groups. Everybody was to create.
Where y'all come up with that at? Is it like,
I don't remember.
That's a deep concept. We need to do that. Go ahead.
And so what it did was it allowed the kids to just kind of focus in on, okay, what your community need. You know, if you got to do this, who has to do that? And it's like, oh, you know, so that made them aware of them being a leader in their community. Who's going to clean up the trash? Who's going to do this? And, you know, so, and when they all put they cities together, then we had a whole state. And so with our people, like, I don't want to say give up on the grown-ups. We just have to create more chiefs. And that means we got to get to the youth. We have to bring the youth along with us. They have to be fully aware of what we are up against. We can't lie to them, you know. And we have to trust that they're stronger and smarter than we think they are. I don't think that they get a lot of credit. But, you know, like, again, I'm going to talk about Ben. Ben has...
What up, Ben? Tell you, dog, she should have brought you. She played you bogus. You could have had the spot right there, dog. You didn't not have to go to school. I would have wrote you a letter.
It just
don't let my son hear that. He's gonna be like,
I write a letter too. And I'll call your principal straight up. I'll be like,
Mr. Jackson said he'll write a letter, Mom.
It amazes me because he's been seeing me do it. He's asked certain questions, but like reading the papers that he's written about New Era Chicago, and it's just like, man, we got to get to the youth, y'all. Like, we can't keep on trying to get the bucket heads, the older folks that's just stubborn, confused, stuck in their ways, you know, easily distracted by a couple of dollars or a picture in the front. You know, we just got to, you know, stick with the children.
I think it's like you said, because so with my children, I see my son, you know, taking up a trade or being artistic, but I'm like, listen, I can see you being in college, and I can see you having an excellent experience, and I can see you being a part of a Greek organization. Like, I can see my daughter being a Delta or AKA. I can see my son being a Kappa because my cousin is, but I want him to be a Sigma.
You better tell him Huey Newton was a Sigma.
I want him to be a Sigma.
Okay, you get it right.
Because they was the dopest on the campus at I-State. Shout
out to EX. You know you got EX. When did you go to?
I went 98.
Oh, dang. So you probably, do you know the twins, Eric and Everett? And that's all right. Go ahead.
Because my cousin was blocking, so I didn't get to know a lot of, but, you know, I can see, and I think what we're doing now, like having these conversations, because I think what happens is oftentimes the knuckleheads get the shine, right? Those, what they call hoteps. They get out there and they just too woke for their own good. They need to take a nap. You know what I'm saying? And so those of us who know better need to do better and come out and say, listen, we're not doing that. We're establishing boundaries. Look, this is my brother. I'm his sister. He has a space. Because you doing the political thing, like, I don't know as much as you know. And I can't say that I'm going to know as much as you know. But if I need something, I know I can go to my brother. That's his lane. And if you look, y'all, we need to shut that spot over there down. Okay, well, hey, y'all, we can go and shut that down because that's our lane. Like, that's the only way to move this dial forward. So we just got to push. We got to silence the noise and push them other folks out of the conversation and step up and take our rightful place as the leaders of the movement.
Look, check this out. We're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to take some calls. Y'all done got callers and everything. Lord have mercy. Next thing, we're going to have to turn on the phone lines at 5 o'clock. It's the main another shameless plug. Want to say goodbye to everybody on WBGX 1570 AM. Thank you to all of you all who listen to us, the mother boys, the deacon boys, and everybody else. Your church, if you want to check us out, continue the conversation. We are still live on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. We will continue the New Era Chicago conversation when we come back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP.
Broken screen, crash system. Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 8:02 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. Your quick sports update again in the MLB. The Atlanta Braves are the World Series champ. Never sent a boy to do a man's job as the Atlanta Braves take care of what the Sox couldn't and knock out the Houston Astros, and they win the series 4-2 and win 7-0 last night. Shout out to the Atlanta Braves for getting the job well done. Over the traffic on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop is an hour and 2 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare, 22 minutes. On the Edens, inbound from Deerfield to Exchange is also an hour and 2 minutes. Exchange back out to Deerfield, 39 minutes. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 63 minutes. Back out to Thorndale, 43 minutes. The Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 58 minutes. 38 minutes will be outbound. The Bishop Ford is 52 minutes from I-80 to the Dan Ryan and 38 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 22 minutes to the Loop, 16 minutes back out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson, 14 minutes. Jackson back out to 55th, 8. On the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr, 9. Bryn Mawr back out to Randolph, 14. Today's weather, it is currently still 34 and sunny. Today is a high of 45 with a low of 30. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's terrorism here on the Maze Jackson Show.
Is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breaching security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater, but she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history, all because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gonna tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed. To certain rights we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narratives. Terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wilding with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there's terrorism.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Oh, wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I am your host, Maze Jackson. Doing my thing. Hey, yo, they done took over my show. You know, I usually have my own camera, right? So I can only see myself. I done got taken over. It's the New Era Chicago second hour. They got 2 hours.
Two of them.
2 whole hours on the show.
120 minutes.
120 minutes. And they putting it down, though, y'all. It's been some great conversation. We got calls, too. Let's do that, because I know we got people calling in. Now, is this the New Era calls? See, now, I'm about to tell y'all something.
Whoever it is, they've been on hold for an hour and 6 minutes.
Have they been on hold for an hour and 6 minutes? So you know how much that costs? Because you know I pay by the second.
Nah, it don't count until you answer it.
No, yeah, I do. On whole counts.
Ooh.
Whole counts. So, caller, you better make this a good one. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. We got New Era Chicago in the building. Caller, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, Maze? Thanks for taking my call. I hope I'm speaking on something that's relevant to what you've been talking about. I ain't gonna lie. I've been kind of in and out because I just stayed on hold. Yeah. I just wanted to say, when you're black and you work it anywhere, when you have an issue at work, at some point, you need to hold a meeting. You need to call a meeting and tell them what your problem is, and let them know that, you know, the next step, or maybe why you having that meeting, this should go to human resources as well. Instead of getting angry and maybe doing something crazy, or just not doing anything at all, and allowing things to just, you know, put you in a position where you got to quit or get fired or something like that. You know, you got to get loud. You know, if you're an introvert, just say, okay, I got to have a meeting. You know, And I need to tell everybody what's going on, the problems and the issues that I'm dealing with. And the other thing I wanted to say is this, totally different. When you don't have a woman in your studio, won't you get like some girl that's going to school, you know, and that want to do an internship? You know, if you don't have Ruthie in there.
I'm staying away from interns, man. You know, interns get people in trouble. I don't want no interns in the studio. Although,
well, you married, and you're a good dude. You married and you're a good dude, so it ain't gonna be no problem for you.
You're right. I don't want no problems.
It's not gonna be a problem for you.
You're right.
But I'm just saying, to have a pretty woman in there talking, and so everybody can look at her. Come on, man, you need to do that. UIC is there.
Okay, so I'm not as sure.
I know I'm not sounding crazy. You just don't want to speak on this. It's not crazy.
Reese back there nodding with you. Reese like, yes, do it. Look.
Yeah, you need to do that. UIC, Chicago State, whatever, college, and they may not have to be going to school for journalism. It might be psychology, and they just may have an opinion that they want to share, you know, on certain subjects, issues, you know. But
what should they wear?
What
should they wear?
What should they wear?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna just look. A pretty young girl, she can wear anything. Now you want to go there? It's better than a gray beard. It's better than a gray beard.
Y'all see, y'all got people coming in, taking shots. Y'all tripping. Oh man.
Come on, man. Do it. Make it happen. Make it happen.
See how black people do you? See, you get company and then black people want to show out on it.
That's why we can't rise as a people.
See, that's what I'm talking about. We had company, now y'all want to show out on me. Lord have mercy, Jesus. This is the Mace Jackson show. He said it's better than the great beard. I've been working on my beard too. Do you ain't know? Y'all know at Solo Beauty Supply, they gave me like a whole kit. So every morning I get up, I wash it. Then I scrub it.
Nah.
Then I put on some then I got beard butter, and then I got this other stuff, and I got this oil, and I put 100 strokes in every day.
And it looks better in person.
Thank you. Dad.
Got
I can't believe y'all. I see how black people would do it.
It's a little
better on TV. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's why we can't rise as a people either.
I'm just saying. Now he call in once a week. He on my team. We get some company. Now he want to show out. You can't take your cousins nowhere because your friends put you on blast. All right, it's the Mace Jackson show. Caller, you on the? Oh, it's gone. Other caller go. That's good. Y'all done. Good Lord, tough audience. He was like, get you a pretty girl. Put on there.
Is that how you said it?
Ruthie gone. I only got to see her 2 days now.
Right, I only get to see Ruthie.
Look at you for the rest of them.
Got to look at it's better than your gray beard. Dad.
You say a pretty girl can wear whatever she wants to wear.
I want to see you every day.
Like, and I'm gonna be like, so how do I have that interview? Like, do I ask for a picture?
Right.
I mean, goodness gracious.
Send it to him.
Trying to set you up.
Said she ain't got to do nothing about radio. Just
she don't even gotta know no radio. She just might want to talk about something. Right.
Truck drivers. Librarian.
She like, I'm a veterinarian.
Just sit till I get back.
Lord have mercy. Okay, so wait a minute. Y'all are laughing. Hold on.
Okay, wait.
Hold on.
We finna get suspended. So.
Yes, y'all finna. I ain't even think black activists was even supposed to smile. Cause I'm gonna just tell y'all. Hold on. Let's be real now. Cause I was just thinking. Sister Erica, you made me a little uncomfortable the first time I seen you. I ain't gonna even lie. No. Look, cause I see y'all laughing. Don't make me call Brother Eric and be like, they laughing. Put him on punishment.
Now he's
snitching.
Now
look. Brother Eric, you look. Cause I'm gonna tell you. So look. We all in Solo Beauty. I'm setting up my little What's in it for the Black People station, right? New Era Chicago come in. I know Eric. I'm like, Eric? But he halfway act like, hey. So I'm like, hey, You had, like,
he wasn't acting.
I was like, hey, dog, y'all remember me, dog? Like, dog, what's up, Joe?
Eric
like, I know him from somewhere.
And then I'm like, dog, we was on the radio. You know, I'm like, you on the all right, it's all good. But, you know, I'm used to dudes, right? It's like, you know, when you're a black man, you got to just go ahead. When you walk in the room, you grab your nuts, you walk in, you look around, you be like, I will look around the room and be like, I'm right with you.
Okay.
My voice ain't deep, but I got a mean stare like a mug. So you know how you be doing your thing and you setting your stuff up and you know you feel like heat on your neck.
Not heat.
I'm putting myself up.
That's what you
putting my camera on. You know, hi, this is the Maze Jackson Show. We're broadcasting live from the Solo Beauty right here. Come on down, check us out. It's hot over here. Hey, and yes, we've got everybody in the building. People are God damn it,
picture, baby.
hot. What? So you know, then you do so. So I'm doing my show. So I felt it on my neck at first. Then you know how somebody get in your eyesight. So you know, and this is like if you ever did a speech, right? Mm-hmm. Have you ever done a speech? And you talking to the crowd, and you find somebody in the crowd. And they give you the nod, and then they kind of encourage you, and then you get your, you know,
your second win.
So I see Sister Erica, you know, she's standing in front of me. I'm like, what you mad at, sis? Right? Then I'm like, so then I'm broadcasting, you know, and then you turn with your friendly, and then I'm like,
not the
damn, cuz. Wait. I'm like, right? And I'm like, dog, could you get your girl? What's going on? I'm like, I thought we knew each other. I thought we was cool. I thought we was people. And now I see y'all, because, and you know, since then, because I mean, I don't, you know, you made me think of like Rakim. I say, Rakim was like, how come you don't smile, Rakim? Because I ain't no joke. And since then, I was like, so you know, you'd be like, did I do something to somebody? Why you was mean, mug? And now I'm looking at you. You done brought lemonade. You're smiling. You're laughing, falling out. Like, help me understand, because I didn't even know y'all was allowed to smile.
I'm going to just say this. I've been getting in trouble for my facial expression since I was little. So
that's the story of my life, too.
Yeah, my mommy's like, you're going to get wrinkles in your forehead. I'm not frowning. That's just how my face is. And you might look weird just walking around smiling all the time. And I do know exactly what you're talking about, because we did keep catching. I was like, what I do? Like, what? Like, I don't know. You know, but so I was looking at you, but I wasn't like, you know, all balled up in the face.
Yeah, nah, you was balled up in the face. I'm just telling you, know, no.
When I first met, I'm not going to talk about my sister.
Yeah.
But I know what
if it was a whole bunch of people that started with New Era, they would be in the comments like, she don't be smiling. Like,
but I ain't need you to smile. I'm just saying, like, what's with the laser beams? Like, so let me ask the question. Are you allowed to laugh in New Era? Like, are y'all allowed to have? Are y'all having any fun?
Yeah,
we got too many comedians.
Yeah, we stay in trouble together.
Yeah, Eric be like, you got to go to the front, you got to go to the back.
He promised to write us up all the time, because if we
y'all get wrote up.
Yeah, they do.
Do y'all hear this? What's in it for the black people? I'm just letting y'all know. Y'all see, I'm gonna tell you,
got some structure.
Yeah, because so check this out, right? Like, I've toyed. Let me not toy. It's one of my biggest. So a lot of times people come to me, and we've built a significant audience. I cannot front. The platform generates a tremendous amount of interest in a lot of people that in some ways are, I don't want to say looking for, I think the platform creates a space, and we built an organization, but I have been very hesitant to push, to instill discipline, to put structure, more formalized structure to it, for fear of
isolating?
Huh?
Isolating?
No, I feel like it's more like, you know, black folks got the, you don't tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, wow, I feel like I know, because we focus more on the political space, but I've tried to be super democratic in the process. And when you make it democratic with people who don't necessarily understand the process, we often And so I don't like to be like, do what I told you. Do what I need you to do for us to move this. How do you... I don't know if I want the responsibility of that comes with the discipline. I'm nervous about the responsibility that comes with the discipline because of what it would take to hold people accountable to what they said. How do you get the accountability component? How did New Era, because there seems to be a level of accountability amongst you all, and even as I've seen how you operate in space, even when you was mean, I was like, why are you mean mugging me? Like, what? I was like, damn. But talk to me about that, because you did talk about discipline. You did talk about writing up. You did talk about structure. Talk to me about structure and discipline in an organization, and why is it necessary in the space of what you do? And what does that look like, as much as you can tell?
Ours, we have, nation has a code of conduct. Because we are a nation, you know, when we're out and about, we are a representation of that nation. And, I mean, that's just like if you walking around and you your mother's child. So you don't want to disrespect or embarrass, you know. So if we're standing in this position of pro-black revolutionary community organization, what have you, you have to be an example. And you should want to do that on your own as much as you can. And for you to be a leader, you have to be able to follow. You know, that's something basic that we have to do. And also, the trouble part of it is, I mean, it's just like a guidance type of thing. You know, we out here talking about we love black people, and then here we cursing bro out, and, you know, stuff like that. It's just
Certain
unbecoming.
things you can't stand.
Yeah.
You should be on punishment for me mugging people.
I can't do nothing about that.
I was going to be like, is that somewhere I could file a report?
Do nothing
Because
about
this was
that.
terrible.
And then they'll tell
We
you that
understand sis face. So she don't mean no harm.
And I promise you I don't. But then they'll tell you she the friendliest person. People be like, well, Erica, you know, I'm just, you know, my face ain't going, you know, it just do stuff by itself.
And everybody has their position. Like, we're watchers. That's one of the things I think too.
That's probably what you caught me doing.
Yeah, as the sisters, and like we see certain things that, like Eric is there.
Oh, he tall.
He doing the work, and it's like, Eric, did you see that? See what? It's like that.
No, I know
right there,
exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're talking
about. We all
about.
have our positions, but I think what's important about, or what helps with keeping the organization is you have the set of laws. You go over it, it's understood. You've agreed to it, right? So if you step out of those bounds, you already understood what the consequences were going to be. And I think having or establishing that type of order will also allow you to weed out the mess. I keep trying not to cuss. But
man, it's after 8.
Okay.
Say what you want to say.
It helps you weed out, because you'll come across, you know, in New Era, Chicago has been pretty fortunate in getting some really good people that came through that were really about the work. But if there ever was one that slipped through, they quickly turn around because there is that structure. And so then you don't have to, we kind of check, we grown. All of us are
grown.
I'm 42. Like we all, you know, ain't nobody doing all
And
that
another
playing.
thing I like to add too, you know, this is community work for our people, so we don't get paid for it.
Yeah.
You know
Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ. I'm going to tell you what, you can't, man, Lord Jesus, it's like, I can't pay you for your freedom. I can't pay you. I can pay you to do your thing, but I can't pay you to get free.
Yeah.
I can give you, but if we going to get up out of here, it's got to be something besides what Mays said.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a good one.
But them 2 weeks of suspension.
Dang, 2 weeks. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard this. WIIFTBP. Y'all heard that?
I would have donated money to the org to just come let me. I missed one of the open mics, so I remember that. It was traumatizing.
Y'all be having open mics?
Yeah.
Where y'all having it?
We having another one.
Y'all should have one at TP.
We having one on the 27th, November 27th.
See, y'all know we got the community room. Y'all tripping. All right, we trying to build together.
We
synced it. All right, we gonna do it. All right, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. I got New Era. They done took over my show. I ain't even hitting no I ain't hit none of my daggone points. Can I ask y'all? Y'all know about Kyle Rittenhouse?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about. Yes, so I'm lost. Kyle Rittenhouse, he went on jail. He went to court. They picked the jury, started to open the arguments. You saw yesterday they used the word nigga twice. Excuse me, because the white people were making a distinction, and were the black people, between nigger and nigga, and the white person's usage of it, right?
Yeah.
So that's one thing. But I am curious. With this Kyle Rittenhouse situation, where do we fit? Because, and I'm going to ask you all, because y'all are frontline.
Mm-hmm.
We saw what happened to Jacob Blake, right? And then the outpouring from that was the marches that led to Kyle Rittenhouse shooting, white dude from Antioch, Illinois, shooting 3 white people, killing 2 of them, I believe. Mm-hmm. He's now on trial. He's got $2 million from GoFundMe because white folks all around the world sent him money to fight this. Now, I feel like as we're talking about it, we're often talking about it as if Kyle Rittenhouse shot black people, but he really shot white folks.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we fit in this argument, knowing that he really was training as a white supremacist, right? But where do we fit in this argument? Is this our fight to be in? Do we care what happens to Kyle Rittenhouse for shooting white people? What happens when a white supremacist shoots white people?
I'll tell you, the only thing that I'm going to watch is how they deal with him. Just like, it's not my conversation. And I think we need to stay out of their stuff. You know what I mean? Like, let them have their thing. And we do have that habit. Something happened. Oh, y'all, we need to go. No, we don't need to do nothing. You need to sit back and just see how it plays out. I'd like to know what the charges are going to be. Listen to the language that they use. You know what I'm saying? And how, if he's going to be. I just want to see how they deal with it. Other than that, I'm not lifting a sign. I'm not. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
I was just thinking about that because when that shooting happened, Kamala Harris went.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden went.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of they remember he was like, they are friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm with the family. The father was on the campaign tour with them.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing. Since then, nothing on criminal justice reform. And this was all outpouring after we saw George Floyd. So in this whole conversation of these white supremacists, I'm concerned right now that we are in the midst of a civil war that we're pawns in, but are not necessarily the participants. I want to talk about that when we come back because, Kyle Rittenhouse was trained. Like, here's a 17-year-old boy. He dropped and got drop, stop, roll, had his AR-15. Did his thing.
Been learning since he was probably 5.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And kind of where do we fit in that? Because I think a lot of times when I talk about civil war, and I was talking to a white dude yesterday who said, hey, bro, we are in the middle of a civil war. Y'all just may not recognize it, but I think we will be penalized by it. And I also am curious to know, like, where do we fit? I want to know how y'all feel about politics. Where do we fit? Like, right now, with Joe Biden, who has pimped and played us, but I got to tell you, I've been boogeyman all my life politically.
Mm-hmm.
I was recently watching The Rise of the Nazis, 3-part series.
What is on?
PBS.
Okay.
And right now, BBC is playing it for free, so you can get it on YouTube. What is happening with Trump is strikingly similar. When I say strikingly, I'm talking about literally step by step by step by step. Coming up to this next election is how Hitler became Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious to know, from your perspective, as a revolutionary organization, how do we start to process this? Because I asked the question. I think Rahm Emanuel's on his way back. I think that he probably is going to be.
Especially after he got that letter.
And even that. how do we deal with that stuff, right? Like, how do we deal with? Yeah, I'm curious, and I just want to talk to y'all about it because I feel like we're in the midst of something that is happening, and we damned if we do, we damned if we don't, and I don't know how do we prepare ourselves. So we're gonna talk about it more when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show, and right, that's why you gotta tell your son to be a Sigma, right? Because we produce revolutionaries. Cap was produced pretty boys. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP.
Reach the ruler. This is Week Ho Wednesday, and to my right is Everybody's Women Crush Wednesday. My co-host, the one and only Todd. It goes. Love this show, y'all. I'm dealing with a guy. We have been dating for 9 months. In light of everything going on in the world, he has been voicing his opinion about situations, and I don't agree with any of his views. I love everything else except his opinions. Damn. How do I fix this? FYI, he's white.
It's about to be a white boy summer.
So could that be the issue?
For sure. Just come out different when it's not coming from your own race. It's just never been something I'd be like, oh, I date Bill.
I'm just a Bill. Yes, I'm only a Bill.
I don't really like light-skinned guys. I don't like pink meat.
Pink, so like it's like you see it.
Pink tip. It be pink.
And then pink on the tip.
I don't like.
So have a light-skinned guy have a dark tooth.
And then it look dark, so it's not as off to me. I feel like it's supposed to be pink because they light-skinned. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want it to be dark because then I'm going to say you dirt.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media? This is Riis the Ruler with your last traffic and weather update. And traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop is up to 1 hour and 14 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare is down to 19 minutes on the Edens. Inbound from Deerfield to Exchange is 1 hour and 10 minutes. Exchange back out to Deerfield, 32 minutes. The Eisenhower Thorndale to the Loop is 1 hour and 3 minutes. Back out to Thorndale, 37 minutes. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 58 minutes. 41 minutes outbound. The Bishop Ford is 48 minutes from I-80 to the Dan Ryan. 38 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 23 minutes to the Loop. 14 minutes back out to 95th. The Sabo Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson is 19 minutes. Jackson back out to 55th is 9. On the north side, Randolph to Bryn Mawr is 8. Bryn Mawr back to Randolph is 15. Today's weather is still 34 and sunny. Today will be a high of 45 with a low of 40. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's Interstellar here on the Maze Jackson Show.
Space in my zone, I found these truths far from you. In my space, in a stellar mode, yeah. I finally got my mind right again, yeah. Now I know there's no time for pretend, yeah. I come alive in the moonlight, see me shooting across the skies. Don't you know stars were born to fly, yeah. Searching, crowded, looking for a way out. I've been hurt, falling, but I think I found my way. Now I'm on my own, far from home, lost in space, in my zone. I found these truths, far from you. In my space, in a stellar mode, yeah. I finally got my mind right again. Did it all in spite of the hate. Every time they said that I can't. Nebula, they run through my veins. Every molecule in the trance. Senses feeling some kind of strange. Damn, I think my name's Spider-Man. Jump out the window and swing for the dreams. It just might be ain't never gonna let go. No, to the man in the mirror look like me. Drifting through the cosmos, oh, far away from your lies. I realign all my goals. That's a constellation of mine, yeah. I've been searching, crawling, looking for a way out. I've been hurting, falling, but I think I found my way now. I'm on my own, far from home, lost in space, in my zone. I found these truths, far from you, in my space, in a stellar mode.
You are tuned in to the Maze Jackson Show. I am your host, Maze Jackson. I'm doing the New Era Chicago second hour in the morning. I'm sitting here, I keep thinking I'm going to bust this lemonade.
I mean, I would like you to, so they can see the reaction kind of live. You know
Is that the blueberry?
That's
Drink
the
the blueberry. Shake it up and drink the blueberry.
Drink the blueberry. We're going to say this. Y'all hold on. Because
Carrie got to pick first.
Hello!
Oh!
How y'all come
do group gifts, sis?
It's two of them.
Then you should have kept hers in the...
That's what, right.
Yeah, like... you remember this? All I found I keep.
Yeah.
All I found I keep. Did you know they told me? I didn't realize that was a sophisticated way of extorting people. I just used to feel like it was either or a way to get a free squeeze. I'm like, all I found I keep.
Wait, which one was it? Left hand snatch? That's robbery.
Left hand get up.
Yeah.
We called it left hand get up. Some people call it left hand dirty snatch.
Yeah,
but
that's
like
robbery.
I used to wait for somebody to count from right to left. Woo! Give it all to me. All right. It's like 20 people. It's 20 people in this room that play. You gonna get it to me or you gonna get it to us all?
Nah.
There it is.
It had anything to do with food. I wasn't playing. I was dead serious.
My favorite story about left hand give it up is like, okay, y'all probably don't eat bacon, but remember there was the bacon, Burger King used to make this bacon double cheeseburger. And the bacon would be super good. And I had a friend that, like, every time he would eat it, he would pile all the bacon to the middle and eat around the edges.
Save the bacon.
And then save the bacon for the last. And he had it in his left hand, and he was about to eat it. We was at Yorktown Mall. I just slapped it. And you could just see the bacon and the whole thing just fly. And it was like, left hand get up. I didn't want to eat it. So it was,
I'm mad at you for him.
You know how you can, like, I eat Reese's peanut butter cups. Like, I eat the edges, then I pick the chocolate off the top, and then I had the last. If somebody slapped it after I had
you be ready to fight.
I'd be ready to fight. Yeah, left hand get up. So y'all, okay, I played all that. So talk to me. New Era Chicago.
Anything but food.
But food, now cash, yo. The cash. The cash was always the best. Cash and the food. You like it. Okay, let me ask a question. I don't know if this is applicable to you, because now that we asking this question. Well, I don't know. Does New Era Chicago have cousins? Y'all know I got a cousin, right? Y'all know about my cousin?
Who your cousin?
My smoking cousin. He smoked. And because you was talking about
Oh, yeah, I heard about your cousin.
Okay, so you got a cousin at all? Y'all got cousins? You got a cousin? All right. So, would your cousin rather lose $10 or lose the sack?
Who we get the sack from?
I mean, $10. Yeah. Because you like, man.
Yeah.
All the work it took to get. Okay.
You was going to blow that $10 anyway, but that sack.
Yeah.
Well, you was going to blow that sack too. But
our cousin need that.
Yeah.
So let me ask. So that's a good thing. That's not against the rules. Okay, good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I mean, not when you on
can
duty.
have bacon.
Duty.
Not on duty.
What's duty?
When you out
in the
and
streets.
about.
Oh, because you gotta be on point.
You gotta be on point, yeah.
All right.
But we have our little shindigs and get-togethers where
Yeah, well, we cook and you know we
now, do the women know how to cook?
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, I don't want to be in no organization where the women don't know to cook.
Yeah.
All right.
And brother Eric throw down too.
Eric can cook too.
I can too. I do all the cooking at my house.
Really?
Yeah.
So now
I told y'all I hold the purse, I take the pictures, I cook, I clean. I just had to get a housekeeper because I was like, this is getting out of control.
We just got to make sure we get a real good dish so we can drink and do whatever else we want with our cousins.
Okay, so yeah, I can cook real good. Y'all invite me to one of them cook things.
Okay.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I bring a dish, you know what I'm saying?
DJ, and it might be some bacon there because I noticed you assumed that we didn't eat bacon.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know.
Some do
Black
it,
folks,
some don't.
Black folks, well, if you from out west, I think I might be the only person out west that still eat bacon.
No, Eric.
Eric eat bacon? Eric eat bacon?
Eric eat
Don't
like
tell
old
them
people.
O's.
Don't tell him.
Eric eat bacon?
Eric is, he's black.
I'm going to tell you. Brother Eric.
He's like an old man.
Brother Eric, man. I'm going to tell you. I be like.
He been holding out on
Eric be like, I don't drink, I don't smoke.
But pass me that pig.
Yeah.
And you eat a pork chop? I'll kill a pork chop too.
He's a real health nut, but he'll tear down some,
he eat some barbecue?
He had the ribs at the tailgate party.
Did he?
Yeah, they
And
ain't
the Polish.
What they tell us we couldn't have?
The Polishes.
We couldn't have no Polishes. Eric hovered over with it like, we like, hey, you get one.
He was like, I just ate one, sis.
We trying to keep y'all straight on the straight and narrow, man. We can't let the man compromise you. So you know
it was
we had
for our
to
protection.
Right, it was for y'all protection.
Appreciate you.
Speaking of that, where was y'all when the white man tried to get the plate?
We was standing right there.
Me and Brother Cook, we was sitting right there looking like, ain't this a...
I was like, what?
Said, will he feed us?
Yeah, right.
I was upset.
I was like, Rish?
I was like, see, these be the moments when I be by myself, right? I wanted somebody to say, no, nigga, you can't, no, cracker, you can't have a plate.
Yeah.
We got a sister in the organization. We did we was doing hood to hood, and you know how, you know the polka dots keep popping up in Inglewood, right in there, you know, and we walking, we bringing food this time. We got a U-Haul. We come down giving out bags of groceries, and it's about 13 in the house.
White people?
No, Mexicans.
Oh,
so we walking, and all 13 of them just lined up, and you know, all of the seasoned members kept walking. And there was one visitor came out. He was like, wait, man, we ain't gone. And he threw a fit about it. And I said, well, you know, he was an elder too. I said, elder, just look at it like this. You know, we are a race-first community. We are a race-first organization. Mm-hmm. And so I said, you know, if we got something left over, we'll bring it back. So at the end of the block, last bag, it's a black family. I went back to the elder. I said, see, if we'd have gave it to them, we wouldn't have had enough for the family. What? He was like, I respect that. Yeah, but
you got to practice it. It's
like and be unapologetic and
can't feel bad about it.
Feeling bad. That's what one of the things we do in our community. We be feeling bad about, you know, well, we don't want to. Hey, screw that, because every other group, they practice race first. Mm-hmm. They're gonna make sure they're straight. So then why are we always so sorry?
They demonstrated better than we do, actually.
Yeah.
No. Black folks, I feel like we pride ourselves on accepting the people that don't accept us. Mm-hmm. Like, we ask for just like when the Dylan Roof thing happened. Mm-hmm. And they forgave a man before dude still ain't asked for no forgiveness. Yeah. He's still trying to get out of jail. Yeah. Now, they did get $88 million. Mm-hmm. But my point being, I feel like black folks feel like there's going to be something that we're going to do one day that makes white folks be like, oh, that's why we love it. That's why we love Eminem. That's why we love the white running back. Christian McCaffrey ain't no type of white. He ain't better. Mm-hmm. But black folks always feel like we're going to get points for being fair. Mm-hmm. Like,
inviting people to the cookout.
Right. Mm-hmm. Inviting people to the cookout, and then we'll kick a black person straight up out that mug. Mm-hmm. That's why it'd be so hard.
It's, you know, and then a lot of it though is habitual though. If you think about, you know, just religion and, you know, and Jesus don't like that, and, you know, things like that. So you thinking about it, they have a white savior. Mm-hmm. So, you know.
I got a question about that. So where does spirituality fit in the new era world? Because some preachers kid, right? And I find myself, so I didn't eat pork for 25 years. Right? Because I was in the process of trying to come, you know, when you in college and you're trying to find something, because I felt like I needed a spiritual connection. I believe in a creator, etc. But I realized that I stopped eating pork because I was trying to be a Muslim, but I realized that was not Nation of Islam, but Orthodox Muslim, but it required me taking on someone else's culture.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about the role of religion and spirituality in our freedom, and does it have a role?
I don't, but well, I'm gonna say it like this.
Not Christianity, spirituality.
Yeah, spirituality. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna go with religion. Spirituality, I think, is something naturally we're connected to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that with the organization, we have the ability to bring more awareness to our people that they can connect to. I do think that all of us are pretty much spiritual. I don't think a lot of us kind of like practice it, but we understand the verbiage. Meaning like, we all say, the creator or, your ancestors, we give reverence to those that came before us and those spirits and energies that are still with us. So I think we all still on the same accord, although we do have some religious people, but I think, with us being Africans and, I think just having that connection with, those that came before us, just your lineage, your family. And understanding who they were so that you are better equipped to kind of get out there and fight the way that you need to. You know where you come from, you're going to know where you're going, and you'll know how to kind of fight with what you have that's in you. So we just kind of, we talk about meditation. We've done a lot of different things like that just to kind of get in tune with it. We used to have a Saturday school with the kids, and, we spoke a lot about that with the kids. We had teachers and everything.
What happened?
COVID.
Saturdays, let me tell you, there's Greek school, there's Jewish school, there has to be something that we got to do to pour into our kids.
I'm sorry,
come on, what you trying to get?
She say voodoo for sure.
Yeah,
voodoo.
But
wait.
No. Now, brother.
Hold on.
Now, brother.
Don't be sticking me with that pen.
No. And there's that misconception, and one of our sisters that was in the org, it was one of those things that I didn't know what to call it, but I absolutely connected to it. They call it superstition. You know how you can't sweep folks, don't sweep my foot. I ain't putting nothing on you, brother. Look, you know how your grandma won't, don't sweep my feet.
Don't break the mirror,
Don't do, all of that.
Don't salt across your back.
Yeah.
Split the pole.
Don't split the pole. A lot of that stuff, like there were meanings behind it. So a lot of our elders were subconsciously practicing, voodoo, but it's just going back to hoodoo. It's just going back to
hoodoo. What?
It's voodoo and hoodoo.
Hoodoo. So it's like just going back to the question is what was before the Council of Nicaea and Constantine. You know what
Jesus
I'm saying?
came.
Don't do that, sis. But I think the most important thing, like when you say how does it fit into New Era Chicago, is practice EFI. That is where I am. I think the most important thing as it relates to the organization is there is no judgment. So if you were Muslim, our thing is I don't care who you sleeping with, what your worship is, as long as you ain't in here talking about Satan or no, you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't doing nothing evil. It don't matter. Mm-hmm. We need to be able to come together and deal with those issues that are, because when they shoot you, and you hear the announcement, they unarmed and they black. They don't say the Christian or the Muslim or, you know what I'm saying, this person was shot. It doesn't matter. So the thing is, get down how you live.
And another thing,
but let's get down.
Okay.
Another thing too, most of us, all of us in New Era Chicago, we are, most of us are UNIA members, Garveyites.
Okay.
So we've been able to sit at the feet of the elders and receive like that knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting. I'd like to hear more about that.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear more about that, and maybe even the Garveyite thing. Let's see if we can get them on here.
Okay.
I'd love to talk about that and how that. I am. I've been in this pursuit of a spiritual space that aligns with my desire for Black empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be surprised if it be the Church of Mays Jackson. Not the Church of, not the Church of Mays Jackson,
on,
but the Church of WIIFTBP. Now I'm gonna tell you. No.
Pass the plate.
Well, our ties, the Church of WIIFTBP, but I'm gonna tell you, we have our ties is 20% though. We're gonna need 20.
20. He
Hey,
got
we need
COVID charges.
No. We gonna get your sin straight to. No, I'm just playing.
He gonna retch around and retch it all
I'm
off.
gonna retch around. I'm gonna lay hands. If you need some oil, you know I can lay oil. We
Just make sure you got some interns in there.
Yeah.
No, Lord. As long as it's no altar boys, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Altar girls.
What? Hey, okay. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
We all around. Look, boogie.
Lord have mercy. Hey y'all, I'm gonna tell you, we didn't do nothing on my paper. It's all good. I'm gonna ask you this one though. I do think so. The race in Georgia, not Georgia, in Virginia, the governor's race in Virginia, was hinged nationally on the fight over critical race theory. They said that if Democrats lost the election of Terry McAuliffe, that it would be based on the teaching of critical race theory, which basically said this was a would the white people rise again kind of election. We saw yesterday, and I just want to point this out one more time because I really don't think people got when I said what we saw yesterday in Virginia was the election. Let me find this dude's name real quick because I want to get it right. The election. Damn it! I forgot where I done wrote his name.
747.
Yep, there it is. Look at you. You looked at the thumbs. The election of the I still can't find his name. Anyway, so Gary, God dang it. I wrote it somewhere.
We ain't gonna be able to move on till we get it. Look, everybody looking like
they're like, what's his name? Find the man who won the election in Georgia. In Virginia. But here's the thing. He was the former CEO of the Carlyle Group. Do y'all understand who the Carlyle Group is? They were the funders they were big economic funders of the defense Gary Youngkin. They were the big financiers of the military-industrial complex. Okay? We saw their forced foray into politics in Illinois when Bill Conway ran against Kim Foxx, which in my estimation, when I saw it, was a test case. They were testing to see if they could they could use crime, and they could put as much money in, and could they beat a Democrat in a city like Chicago with crime through the roof. Now, I got to tell you, it is not lost on me that people that finance the manufacture of guns and high-tech weapons running for office and using crime as the issue, I'm not going to say America's not that nefarious. So let's start there. We saw Youngkin elected in Virginia, the former CEO of the Carlyle Group, which again, defense financiers over race. So now what you just saw happen was a military-industrial complex guy, super high, run against what is supposed to be racism. He won. He's in this close to Washington, D.C. I am telling y'all, right? Like, we are in the midst of some stuff that is happening that I just don't think we're catching on to. And then the crazy part was both of them had black running mates. The Democrat had a Afro-Latina running mate. They thought they could get a 2-for-1 on the Democrats, right? Conversely, the Republicans ran with a black woman from Jamaica who instilled that ADOS. There's a difference. Y'all know the ADOS thing going on with the Jamaicans. And when you get in the cabs with the Jamaicans, they be like pro-Trump, don't be like the black people from America. What's the problem, etc. Talk to me, y'all. Like, where do we fit in this whole, like, I just don't know where black people fit in this whole dynamic, because it seems like we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't. And they're using us now as pawns. Think about both of these people had used black faces. One used an Afro-Latina. We gonna be like, ooh, she black. We saw how that worked with Kamala.
Black.
Huh?
Say we be like, her daddy black.
Right. Kamala, who daddy is Jamaican, which is an Indian. So don't get me started there. And then we saw the Republicans grasp onto a black woman who was of Jamaican descent, who spewed all of the same rhetoric that Republicans spew against, not against us, but to us. Where do we fit? How do we? And I'm just telling you, last thing. If the House wins the midterm elections and the Republicans win, they will not certify the presidential election, right? Remember, they was trying to stop it the last time. This time, they going to have the votes to do it. My question is, where do we fit as black folks in this whole big old fight of white supremacy that's happening right now in the country?
I always think that they're going to use us as examples anyway. They're going to use us for numbers where they can. They're going to use us to be examples for another one. And I just think we're in a bad position because a lot of people are unaware of what's at stake.
Reactive.
Yeah, and we still dealing with the beginning parts of COVID. We had a little bread. Our cousins, everybody got the extra money or whatnot.
They got stimulated.
Yeah, they got extra stimulated. But at the same time, it's just like those things that came before. They all knew that stuff was gonna happen. So this stuff now, we still got a little bit of the money left. We ain't paying attention to all that. And that's the reality of it. I really don't even know. We can try to spread awareness as much as we can, but in all actuality, we just got to get ready to separate from this whole system.
You've been talking to Ruthie more.
No.
Oh
no,
Lord.
but yeah, we
just got to separate from. We so used to being and on they, in they line. They done showed you they'll stop feeding you. They showed you they'll turn your lights out. They showed you they'll turn your gas off. They told you they're going to lock all your stores up. They're going to send some mess around to where your cousin, your other cousin's going to be breaking into the store. So now your neighborhood stores is broke up and the white folks ain't going to let you come over to their store. So I heard y'all saying this yesterday. We have no level of insult until they just take everything. But we so resilient. We can...
survive everything.
We can do it in the dark. Right. You know what I'm saying? We can do it. So it's like, why we so fearful to just let them people go? Let them, but you always know they're going to come over there. What y'all doing over here? What y'all got? You know what I mean? So we just got to stop being fearful.
Most of the political moves are always to push us off the chessboard, I guess, or move us back a little bit. And I think the biggest issue is like you said, the lack of awareness of these issues. And so now we're staring in the face of it, whereas folks should have been paying attention, 2 years, 3 years, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I get, what do you call it? This, where I kind of lose faith a little
discouraged?
bit. Yeah, discouraged. Where it's just it feels like it's too late. Always. It feels like whenever something happened, it feels like, man, you know what I'm saying? We missed the opportunity again because we spent so much time, allowing folks to tell us how we supposed to feel about something and just believing it. Who are you listening to? Are you doing your own research? But we so busy arguing about mess or, worrying about what Jada Pinkett said about Will. And
she was kind of bogus for playing him like that. She is
bogus.
Come on, man. You do not emasculate a man in public that's what I'm talking about. See? That's where the whole world went wrong, right? Where it became okay to emasculate black men by black women. White men did it at first, and now it's just okay to do.
That's because the balance is off. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
The balance is off. You got the women.
We shooting each other in the foot.
They didn't separated us from the beginning. That was the system of it. But now you have us kind of pitted against each other. The women mad because the men gone, but the men ain't gone by choice. You know, they left because they.
Some of them gone by choice.
Some of them, yeah, okay. I'm beyond. Yeah,
y'all got to get y'all attitudes together.
Is that what
y'all women got y'all attitudes together
man?
On display.
And no, that's something that needs to be. Can we talk about it? Some of us got to get our attitudes together. Sis. Like,
yes,
you know what I'm saying. You mad, and I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying. But we can't be fighting each other though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That brother hurt too.
Yeah,
Riis like he got to go to work. You said you got to go to work. Is that what you said? You could. Oh, you got a call? Oh, we'll take the call. Look, y'all got a second?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll take the call. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. I bet this Eric. He probably calling to say, give me some ribs. What's up? It's the Maze Jackson Show.
Yeah. Hey, Maze. I'm enjoying the show. I appreciate the insights to New Era Chicago. I'll definitely be checking them out. But you guys had a topic earlier about, how white people get accepted in our arenas. And the same thing happened when Steve Harvey was doing the Apollo, the amateur hour. And a white boy came in there and some reasons, and he really blew it. He did a good job with it, and the crowd would, go nuts every week. He'd win, and Steve Harvey would get, madder and madder, but he kind of kept it cool, until he just finally had to come out and say, hey, y'all let this white boy come up in here and blow reason. And, video is still up there, but it just goes to show you now they got these franchises doing these talent shows that's really blown up. Like how A Different World came out and Friends blew up, So they come in, use our ideas, use our reasons. Yeah, live and single, right. And, they just take what we come up with and really take it over and it's just have it blow up, So, but that's what I had to say. And again, enjoy the show. I'm going to set an alarm for New Era Chicago, and check them out. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing you're doing. Bringing people on, helping people out, moving the cause forward. So that's all I had to say.
Thank you. All right, so let me tell you.
White folks been stealing since we met them, though, y'all.
Wait, they stole.
Now we giving it to them.
They stole everything. It's like they discovered. We gotta start discovering their stuff. So check this out. I'm gonna tell y'all we got to do this a little bit more often. I think this was great dialogue, and I think it's important because I think we got to get some of these perspectives in and mixed up. I'm gonna tell you, I'm a capitalist pig, right? I believe that we gotta. I think that a big chunk of our personal salvation is going to come from economics. Now, so many times, our economics have been for the last about 40 years, our economics have not been based on black people building our businesses. It has been based on getting government grants and finances and all of that stuff. When we had power, or a little bit of political power, it was when we had Soft Sheen, when we had Al Johnson Cadillac, when we had Johnson Products, because they beget businesses that became circular. Now, one of the challenges that I found is that those black dudes wanted to be the only black dudes that got paid. So when they got whacked, then we kind of got left behind. But I do think that there needs to be, I think that New Era Chicago's presence needs to be felt in the political arena as well as in the business arena, because I do think that black folks got to know that there is a consequence to screwing over black folks. And if you be staring at people at the fundraisers,
I just want you to say for the show over that I ain't mean. That's all.
You ain't mean. No, you're not mean at all. And I'm going to say this. I'm the same way, right? Like, you come in the room, I be looking at you crazy, like, until somebody say that's family or they cool. I'm like, I don't know you. And people be like, he is. I ain't talked to DJ for like, he worked here for like 3 months. I ain't even speak to him. He really did. I didn't. I'd be like, man, that's dude.
You wouldn't even shake my hand when I came in.
No. I mean, but it's like,
he said COVID, but what he...
It was
That's what he said.
It was COVID. But you see, now he got the job. He running now, y'all be calling DJ. Y'all didn't call me about the station.
You like, so you did what now?
I've been here for 6 months. What's your name again, Dad? What's your name is? But I tell you what. So and hopefully what we heard on the call is why we did what we did, right? Like I think you all have a tremendous audience that you know and that follows you. But I do think that a lot of our people are looking for other outlets, for other organizations, and the programming that we provide through What's in It for the Black People. We got a plethora of talent, so we're going to ask everybody. But a New Era, we're going to have y'all back. If we don't do it once a month, we definitely got to do it once a quarter, right? Because if we do it once a month, I'm going to just have a blank piece of paper when y'all. Because y'all, I had notes.
Yeah, we was ready.
I ain't had net, right? But it was I feel like it's a much needed conversation. So I want to tell you all, you are always welcome. We are so happy to have y'all on the network. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. Let me let y'all do y'all plug for y'all show and tell them what they can expect tonight, and then I'll wrap it up.
What's in it for the Black People Media tonight, 5 to 6 p.m. The topic is Black Man, Your Race Needs You. You're going to hear Brother E speaking powerfully on the subject. And we'll be looking at the comments. You throw your questions. You got your things to say. We're open to discuss it. We just really feel like the idea is we have to get out here and take control of our space and our brothers. You know what I'm saying? We need our brothers to reclaim the community. You know what I'm saying? You are the leaders of our community, and we're going to stand in space to make sure you have everything you need, but we need you to step up and make it happen. And so that's going to be the topic this evening. Tune in, sis. What you was going to say?
I was just going to tell y'all what Brother Eric be saying. The conditions, what is it? The conditions of the black community is the responsibility of the black community. And Black Man, we need you.
And we trying to get power.
Y'all see his reaction to that blueberry?
Yeah. That was actually really good. Like, I was waiting for the... It didn't get...
And you can mix it with your liqueur.
All natural.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's how you know stuff good when you drink it.
And you got the... Y'all need to... Where you get this at? You need to get some of this at TP,
Solo
too.
Beauty.
Stop by Solo Beauty. Get you some... this blueberry off the chain.
And you can call us too. What you got? She got pages.
I do smoothies.
Yes, she
you
does.
do smoothies. Infused. Oh, I'm gonna tell you.
I'm on the healthy side.
That is healthy. You don't know cannabinoids.
It's from the earth.
Wait a minute. Those
slushies.
Yes.
I
left Earth twice.
So you had some of the slushies. I'm gonna tell you, the slushies. Did you have one?
The slushie was what made me when I was sitting there and I did you like this. That's why when you came, I was like, I swear I didn't mean to wave you.
She waved me over. I was like, I know I'm trying to be friendly and all, but excuse me, what? Them slushies will make you sit back in your chair.
So wait a minute. Sister Diamond say, come on, they got some CBD slushies over here. I said, okay. Brother D Cook walk up and say, oh no, sis, they said THC. I was already 2 in. I was like,
and I bought some gummies. Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. I went and sat in the car like, I gotta drive home.
So y'all should maybe one of them cookout poetry slam joints. Maybe we had a slushy machine there. Everybody get it, and then we get a whole different vibe.
Everybody bring a side.
Bring a side. Ooh. If you got cats, don't.
I was about to say,
if you got cats, don't bring nothing.
Nah.
Just bring some money. But look, we're going to figure it out. We're going to have us a New Era. So y'all check out New Era Chicago because they're going to be broadcasting live with us on the telethon November 19th. We got to figure it out. Plus, we got to get my man Brick in from Detroit so he can do his song and perform for y'all open. We're going to have a great thing. Y'all don't miss it. Look, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I am your host, Maze Jackson. For Maze, for DJ Riis, for Ruthie. Do we still say Todd? I keep forgetting. Do we? Oh, his name's still up there. I ain't scratch it off yet.
Not yet. Technically, there's nothing up there today. Technically,
it's up there. Just say it right there. So I'm gonna leave him up there, Todd. For New Era Chicago, y'all make sure y'all tune into them tonight, 5:00 right here. I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show.
Not here on the What's in It for the Black People media page. We're on the Maze Jackson page right now.
Y'all check
the
it.
other page.
Y'all go to the What's in It for the Black People media page and check out New Era Chicago. Cause y'all Riis like you ain't gonna get it, Flash.
Cause you ain't got it.
You ain't got it. So it's like it used to be week 304 Wednesdays, But now we're going to have to start putting the numbers up. So it's between Week 304 Wednesdays and New Era Chicago Wednesdays. But regardless, I am your host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace. Uh-oh. We forgot to...
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to Senate. We need some different players in the game to handle business. So many shady characters like Madigan and Blige.